We're not gonna get like a 3, 2, 1.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're back again. It's Wednesday. We had a heck of a session last week. We are the Initiative Syndicate. We are presenting a heavily modified version of Dragon Heist. It's sort of a follow-up sequel to some events that happened in Barovia. I'm not going to give you the whole recap of all that. If you want to know what happened before we got to this point, go watch it. It's on YouTube. We're on there. Initiative Syndicate. You can find us. Anyway, last week's session. The group, the Gustus League, I believe that's what they have started calling themselves. They infiltrated the Gralhund Villa, where they hope to obtain some information. They know that someone stole something from the dead gnome outside of their place of business, and that he headed in this direction. While they were getting ready to break in, a bunch of shadows attacked them, a battle ensued, and after they had dispatched the enemies, some sort of wild magic burst came from Gus, and several members of the party disappeared. Not sure where they went, how long they would be gone, or even if they were okay, they still felt that the best thing to do was to finish the mission at hand, and they infiltrated the actual manor itself. As they began to investigate, they saw that there were several dead bodies and several members of the Zentarum Guild basically attacking the house guards. They wandered upstairs, assisted the house guards in fending off more Zentarum, and they encountered a man named Erstal Floxen. He attempted to make his escape. They know that he is definitely a higher-ranking member in the Zentarum Guild, but he was subdued and bound with rope. And that's basically where we're going to pick up. Right there. Right at the top of the steps. Right as Cratch and one of the house guards have Erstal in custody. Syndicate members, good to see everybody back again this week.
What do you mean? We were here last week. You just ran just a two-man mission. I mean, it was kind of troll.
That's exactly what it did. I just excluded over half of the group on purpose and made them sit and watch.
Yeah.
We were just invisible the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa. But wow.
Yeah, something happened. That's right.
We were just invisible. We had a very, very powerful greater invisibility.
So
not even the DM could see you.
not even Crinkle could see you, you know?
Oh no. How am I gonna get my presents?
So Gus.
Art?
Cratch. You're at the top of the step here, and you have Erstal in custody.
Gus, we got our man, I think. What are we doing with this boy?
I think we gotta put him in a corner because he was being bad. Make him think about what he did.
I'm gonna take him literally, and I'm gonna pick him up and shove his nose in the nearest corner.
Okay, so you the nearest corner would probably be the one that Gus is in.
I'll just go ahead and get out of the way, seeing this train coming through.
Seeing this man train come through.
Yeah, and I want to, I'm going to mosey along into this room with all the snakes in the cages and see if I can figure out what he was trying to get into this room for. So I'm going to, I assume it's probably locked. The door. Did we ask the guards here what was in this room?
I don't think so.
You tried, but they told you that their duty was to protect whatever was in that room.
Okay. I'm going to cast Ray of Frost on the lock to try and break it and then kick the door in.
You're going to try and shoot the guards?
No. This door over here.
Oh, that door.
I was
Yeah.
about to say that does not sound like Gus to attack.
Yeah, we have a good idea of what's in there.
Ray of
I wa-
Frost is a cantrip.
yes.
Go ahead and make an attack at the door. Spell attack.
Gus, I still have my
24.
key.
Oh yeah.
So you're able to do substantial damage to the lock, and now I'm going to need you to make a athletics check against seeing if you can break the lock.
Athletics. Could I do a backflip and do acrobatics and try and kick the lock in?
No,
Let me throw Erstal through the door.
Yeah,
because
that
I mean,
could
Gus,
work.
no offense, you're like 8.5 feet tall. You don't really strike me as a very nimble guy.
I mean, my spell or my bonuses beg to differ, but I got a 9.
So
This is a very, very average house. You're already kind of crouching over. It would be difficult for you to do a backflip like that. Sorry.
you need help, Gus?
This is probably the strongest door we've encountered so far.
This is the toughest enemy you guys are going to face for the whole campaign.
So what I want to do, I want to drag Erstal with me,
Mhm.
and I want to take him since he's already Ray of Frost the lock. I want to pick up Erstal and throw him through the door.
Go ahead and make a. I guess we'll call it an athletics check.
Shit, where's my dice? You want it through the door? I'll help you through the door, buddy.
that was the door he was trying to get in.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me. I got 11.
Oh,
Doors versus Cratch.
solid.
No,
Door 6, Cratch 0.
Crash
No,
like
it's the-
1/2.
It's the door versus Erstal, not me.
Okay, so you very easily pick up Erstal and toss him against the door, and his back goes flat against it, and he just thuds against it and slides down in a very cartoon-style fashion. With the wind knocked out of him a little bit, he slides down to the ground and tries to catch his breath.
Can I try again?
You want to pick you up and try again? Sure.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah, we'll say go ahead. Go for it.
Can I help him out by like kind of telling him that he should aim with the head first to get more speed and aerodynamics?
Absolutely.
You're right,
So,
Gus. That's probably the hardest part of it.
I'm going to
so
give
I'll
you
use
I'm
that
going
part
to
first.
I'm going to give you advantage on the roll.
Yeah,
So
you got to use
I
the
grab
head
him by the
first.
seat. I grab him by the nape of the neck and his seat of his pants, and I'm gonna ram him with his head first, taking Gus's. Okay, you said
Gus got a
advantage.
grade 5 concussion.
Okay, so there's a 14 on the first one. All right, we'll go with a 21 on the second roll.
You ram Erstal's head through the door like Animal House style. It doesn't actually like break the door, it just puts a big hole in it and his head goes through it. So you see his head bust through this door, but his shoulders and his body are kind of leaning out the door on the other side where you guys couldn't ram him all the way through. But now there's a big hole in the door.
I want to rip his head out of there and reach in there with my arm to open it from the inside.
As you attempt to reach in the door, what's your armor class?
It's. Do I have to tell you? No, it's 19.
No, I mean, I can look it up.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. 19.
You feel the sharp point of a blade hit your hand, but it doesn't make good contact. You want to continue to proceed to open the door?
Oh, lose your hand.
No, I'm pulling my damn hand out because I felt like I want to put my face to the hole and be like,
you
here
look
to help you.
You look inside and you see a human male with who's very well dressed in like I guess it would be the equivalent of like a very ritzy suit.
Do I recognize him from anything or
you
from
do
any
not.
description?
Nope. He has a very well maintained and groomed beard and mustache with slicked back black hair. He is of probably maybe late 40s in age, and he looks at you nervously with a rapier in his hand. Don't Don't come in. I'll cut you.
I want to peek down there. You don't want to cut me. This is the guy you want to cut, and I just shove Urstel's face in the hole.
And he doesn't say anything further. He goes, "If that's who you want, just take him and leave."
Who are you?
No response.
Hey, we subdued the guy that was trying to get in there and kill you. We're just trying to help.
No response.
So I'm gonna take one last toss with Erstel and try to toss him at the door again just to bust through. But I'm gonna aim him more towards the lock section instead of the middle of the door.
When you peer through at a certain angle this time, you see that there's some piece of furniture that is actually in the way of the door, making it difficult to open the door, which is why you had difficulty just busting through it.
Boy, I wish Abe was here. Yeah, he loves to push couches out the way.
You hear a voice in your head. You're darn Skippy.
Hey, Jesus?
Gus, you can talk to this guy. He doesn't want to listen to me.
Hey there, feller.
You actually don't see him. He doesn't look like he's there right now.
I don't see him when I peek through.
Nope. All you see is a desk, and you see a glowing circle on the ground that's inked and has some kind of ruins around it, and you see a bed. And
Maybe
whatever piece of furniture is blocking the door, it looks like it could be some type of a wardrobe or some kind of a cabinet.
So I can't move it with my hand. I'd have to.
I mean, you could try to push it down, sure.
All right, I'm gonna throw Urstel to the side and try to push against that piece of wardrobe through the hole in the wall. See if I can one-hand it, at least move it a little bit where we can get the door pried open a little bit and continue.
All right, go ahead and make an athletics check. If Gus is assisting, you'll get advantage on the roll.
Yeah, I'll give you a good old shoulder to help out. And those glyphs that were on the ground, would I recognize them as anything as a magic user?
Make an arcana
28.
check.
Did you hear that? 28
28.
on the advantage.
Too bad
Eight
Lictus
for me.
isn't here.
Yeah, it's either gonna be 19 or 28.
The arcana says to you that it is definitely some sort of circle that magic is done in. So with the 28, you push on the door and try to put your hand on the cabinet to try and give it a push together, and you're able to move the door in maybe a few inches with that push to where you can pretty much slide. I'd say probably like your whole arm through the gap in the door now.
All right, now I just want to wedge myself in that gap and just start pushing the door open.
All right. So now with a little bit of a better vantage point and a better piece of, I guess, leverage point, you're able to plant your feet in the doorway and kind of push your back through it and try to squeeze through. And then suddenly you hear the door crash and you kind of fall through the door as you've tipped the whole cabinet that was holding the door back. So you kind of roll through on your back and you kind of look around to gain a better view of what's going on, and you see the exact thing that Gus seen. You see a circle with some ruins to the left of the door when you first come in. You see a bed and a little small desk and table on the far right-hand corner, away almost directly across from the door. And then you see the tipped over. Now that you can see it, it's a wardrobe. A bunch of suit jackets and it seems like formal wear fall out of it.
I'm gonna get myself up and Gus, you want to go check out the circle? And I'm gonna grab Erstel by the scruff of his neck and just grab him, face to face and be like, "You're fucking worthless," and just start dragging him in the room with us.
Yeah, this circle looks like a circle that you can do magic in. That's about as much as I know.
The noise.
It's a zombie.
It's the
Can
soundtrack. Shit.
Can I go back outside the room and talk to like the head guard again? Now that like tensions have died down, and see.
I don't know. That music would lead you to believe otherwise.
Maybe not. Yeah. Well,
but yeah, you are more than welcome to go outside and talk to the guards, or go out back out into the hall and talk to the guards. As you approach, they have their hands on the hilts of their swords, but they have not drawn them. But they look ready to if they need to.
Hey, can you tell us about that guy who was in there that this Herstal feller is trying to kill?
Our orders are to guard the door and to protect the lady of the house.
That is good. Good for you. What about this other guy, though? I know you're not supposed to protect him or that door or him in the house.
Our orders were very specific.
I know. You that's what you said. So I'm not asking you to do anything else, but just spill a little information. Did your orders say to not spill information?
They don't really seem like they want to talk to you.
You guys ought to lighten up. Too much stress is bad for you.
Do you not see all the dead bodies in the house? We just got attacked, and then you strangers all show up. You practically lit the entire room on fire.
Oh, that wasn't me. That was the other guy. I think I convinced him that the other guy did it with a persuasion.
I don't think you even tried to convince him.
I could have swore I did.
I think you did, but you failed miserably.
Did I?
Yes.
I'm trying to look back through the rolls here on the good old roll 20. Yeah.
Because you did Chaos Bolt, Dexterity.
Yeah, I don't think I did.
You dare challenge me?
You dare.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't mean to do that. The magic just does it sometimes.
Whatever your excuse is, I have no eyebrows now, sir.
Well, to be fair, they need a little attention. Just being honest. But the magic, I'm like a conduit for it. It does what it wants. Okay, well, I'm gonna go with my crotch. See you later. And I'll go back into the room with
my crotch.
So Cratch, you're in this room. What are you doing?
Is that circle still like lit up where
it has a faint glow to it, but it doesn't look like it's currently activated, if that makes sense. From like the little bit you know about magic, you know that a lot of times when you've seen Gus or Lictus cast a spell, there's usually some sort of a even for a second, just like some kind of a flash of magical energy. It's usually real bright.
So I want to take Erstal and lift him up, but you know how you're like that kid that's taking the stick and like poking the electric fence with. I'm gonna take him and use him as that stick, and I'm gonna use his leg and like jab at the circle, like slam his. See if him touching the circle with any part of his body does anything. Like I'm ignorant to the fact of magic, and I just want to use him as that little stick and just jab at the circle.
Okay. I'm reading exactly what this does here. Okay. It doesn't seem to really do anything. It doesn't seem to respond or otherwise.
Is Herstal conscious?
Herstal? Actually,
whatever his name is.
I'm gonna say no. He just rolled a 1 on his con save to the head bashing he's taken.
He may be conscious, but he definitely has a grade 5 concussion.
He definitely needs to seek medical attention.
Yeah, he's gonna have to have a full cervical fusion after this one.
Yeah, I was thinking, I was like, I hope you guys don't have to ask him any questions.
Good thing you have
That's
enemy dead.
that's Gus's fault. He told me to do it.
Can I search the room for any wallets or IDs or anything that may tell us who this guy is?
Make an investigation check.
I don't find a fucking thing.
Man,
Ohio's driver's
that
license?
is solid with your one. You look around and everything seems great. Nothing seems weird.
Boy, this guy was tidy.
Yeah, everything looks really clean.
Real clean.
I want to search Erstal. Like, I want to see what he's got on him and maybe what might have him connected with the guy in the room.
That's actually a really, really, really good idea. I don't know what he has.
Gold.
I think he has just normal stuff, but let me just double check. Okay, so let's see. That guy's name is. Yep, it would help if I could spell his name right. There.
Douche. Douche.
Okay, yeah, he actually does have a couple of things.
Oh shit.
So, now, other than the little bit of blood that's coming from his head, you notice that this heavyset man is definitely in his 40s. He does have recent burn marks on his face. I mean, they don't even look like they've fully healed. There's a singed area on the upper collar on the same side that his face is burned. I'd say a good probably 1/3 of his face is burned. All the hair is burned off on that one side, on the right-hand side.
Is this an old burn or a recent burn?
Very recent. It hasn't even all the way fully healed yet.
Oh shit, okay.
From the look of his garb and his attire, he is definitely some sort of a hired thug in the profession of probably killing people. You notice that he has it looks like some sort of, it's not really a spell scroll, but it's more like a scroll for giving instructions on how to do something. So it's similar to a spell scroll, only it doesn't actually have any magical properties to it. On the scroll, or not scroll, we'll call it, is a very detailed description of how to draw a teleportation circle. Other than that, he is wearing just very average, normal leather armor. He has a short sword. He has a crossbow, and I believe that's it as far as weapons. Nothing stands out as magical or special.
So I'm going to be like, oh god, we should be careful. We have to interrogate this guy and just slowly lower him to the floor. Like, whew, we don't want to hurt him anymore. And I search him, get that scroll, and I reach the Gus, be like, I unroll the scroll or whatnot. And I'm like, I just stare at it for a minute and I mumble.
Is the picture?
Yeah, I can't read Gus, so you're going to have to interpret what this says.
Oh yeah, right away. I read all words. I'm gonna give it a whirl.
So the spell scroll or the directions for it are actually written in common, and the image that is drawn on there matches the image on the floor.
And does it say like teleportation circle on the scroll?
It doesn't say this is how you build a teleportation circle, but from the directions that you're reading on it and how to draw one, it looks like this is directions on how to create a teleportation circle.
Okay. Is there anything on there about where he's supposed to be going with his teleportation circle?
Nope.
Cool. Yeah, this isn't really my kind of magic, unfortunately. Maybe once we find Lictus around here, he can help out. maybe we should go and check some other rooms in the house.
It's probably about that time that you notice that Urstel has stopped breathing.
Oh, jeez. Is there such thing as CPR in the
I mean, it's
this
sort of
realm?
like medical attention. Do you not have any access to any healing magic?
No, all I have is that cure wounds spell, which I already, or that mass cure wounds I already cast.
Which you already burned.
I
Make a
Dang.
make a medicine check.
That's rough. I have spare the dying.
shouldn't have got wild magicked away.
Hey, somebody shouldn't have wild magicked me away.
Valid point. I'm gonna use my Tides of Chaos for advantage on this, as it's important. Oh, nat 20.
While you are doing that, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
13 and a 5.
Okay. So, given the fact that you use your only healing spell, you're not much of an actual medicine healer, and you have no idea really what you're doing other than you're trying to smack him in the face or hit him in the back. You're panicking. Your friends are gone. You're not sure what happened to them, and you draw into the wild essence that the stem of your powers come from in order to gain some sort of brilliance into the human anatomy, and maybe you can draw inspiration from that. And as you draw into the tides of chaos around you, a bright white flash fills the room like the one that you made outside. And after the lights go back to normal, all of your friends seem to be here with you.
Hey guys, where'd you go?
What are you?
I bet the guards are freaked the fuck out.
The guards are like, "What'd you do?"
I told you, I'm a conduit for it. It just does what it likes.
We were.
So
we were
as you guys come back, you see Gus leaning over this guy's body, and he's smacking him in the face. He's hitting him in the back, and he just looks panic-stricken.
I'm gonna rush over there, not knowing who this guy is. I'm gonna be like, you need help?
He's not doing so hot.
I'm gonna use well, first I'm gonna check if he's breathing, and
He is absolutely not breathing.
I'm gonna check for a pulse.
He has no pulse.
I'm going to attempt to spare the dying because he may already be dead, but it's worth a shot. It's
As you cast Spare the Dying, you see that his breathing becomes slowed but steady. And you check again for a pulse, and it's faint, but it's there. You guys are really close. He had one more death save.
Jeez, Josh, you almost killed that guy. You gotta be careful next
quick.
time.
Quick, any more doors we need to open?
You guys are so funny.
Who is this guy? What's happening?
He's my second key I have. I've got this key and I show the Warhammer and then he's like, this is my second key. This is how I open doors.
Yeah, the first key is much more effective.
Do I have?
Yeah, it's not so weak.
I don't think I've ever seen you open a door with that one key.
Hi, Abe. Good to see you.
Hey, buddy. I missed you at brunch.
I missed you too.
Other
And
than
I kick Urstel and just walk away.
and he's dead.
Well,
I mean,
he's
Spare the dying.
well, he's unconscious.
I nudge him with my foot. I don't full blown kick him. I just like, fucking, god damn it.
Do we have, other than being in a different room, do we have any recollection of from in between being out in the courtyard and then into here?
You're in Crinkle's workshop for the past.
From
Yeah, really.
from the moment that you left, or from the last thing you remember, you guys were breaking into through the yard. You just finished fighting a bunch of shadows. You saw Ulzen do some cool lightning bolt arrow, helping take out the shadows, and you saw Gus trying to climb over the fence with Cratch helping him. He slipped and he fell. You saw a big, bright flash of white light, and then the next thing you know, you were here.
So we basically time jumped.
You're not sure exactly what happened. You're not sure where you went. You don't know how long you were there. You have no recollection of the time in between when you disappeared and when you came back.
All right.
Hey, Lictus, can you those sigils on the ground there? Do you know anything about them? That may be more your style of magic.
Sure. I'll make a Arcana check, I guess.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
17.
So, you know that this is a teleportation circle.
Yeah, it's a teleportation circle.
Well, I figured that much out. Can you tell where it goes?
I'm glad you're back.
The way that you know that this type of spell works is that the circle is drawn, a word is uttered, a portal opens, and it will link to an identical circle somewhere else. There are 2 circles that link together.
Would I know if, in order for the circle to be active, would the other side also have to be active?
It would at least have to exist. If there is no other circle, or the circle has been erased or damaged, it wouldn't be possible to go through it.
Okay. So, alright, I'm gonna repeat this back then. We basically need a word. We need to figure out a word that activates this ruin.
Pineapple.
We need to...
I'm like, what the fuck is a pineapple? Is that a fey fruit?
It's a tropical
one of the fruits
fruit.
of the Feywild.
It's a tropical fruit not native to where we are right now.
You don't think that was it, was it?
No.
Arugula.
I mean, we can't sit here and keep trying, but we could also look around for clues.
Keep trying, Gus. I think you're getting close.
Here. How about you keep trying, and then we'll look around for clues.
I'm gonna be like,
I tried looking around. The room is so clean.
Oh yeah, I bet you did try looking around the room. Can I do an investigation in the room?
While they're doing that, I'm gonna keep just saying random, obscure fruit and vegetable names.
Asparagus.
Avocados.
Yeah. Can I see if there's anything like maybe papers or notes? You said there was a desk in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I check and see if there's anything that may have a hint of what I'm maybe looking for here?
Make an investigation check.
Okay.
While he is investigating the room, the 3 guards look like they've been having a conversation with each other in a very hushed tone, and they all draw their weapons and say, "Look, you got what you came for. You all need to leave."
No. Don't draw weapons. I mean, we mean no harm.
Is there 3 or 4 of them?
There are 4 of them.
Well, look, we're here on a very important mission from the what is their name?
Are we in this room here, or are we over past this second door?
We're probably like in the doorways, and
Lictus is in this room.
Yeah,
he's investigating.
So
I'm not there. Yeah,
where's everybody else at?
They're all in this main room with you right here.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, Lictus is not in the room.
Yeah, you need to reveal that part of the map.
No, I don't.
Oh, never mind.
I would suggest you put the weapons down. You know, we just got here. We mean no harm to you, and I don't even know what's going on, but I can honestly say you don't want to fight with us.
Is that Is that an intimidation tactic?
And I'm gonna be like,
make a. Are you trying to persuade them into not fighting or intimidate them into not fighting?
I would say,
Persuade.
Go ahead and make a
Yes.
persuasion check.
13.
Oh, that might be hit or miss.
Yeah, give him
Solid.
advantage by winking.
Ding. Just adds a +1.
can I?
Gus, you already look suspicious anyway with your duck beard and blue fur. So actually, it subtracts 1 from the roll
Oh,
when you
shit.
blink. So you got a 12.
I got a Looney Tunes character on my team.
So when he says that, can I try to like feed along with it, but I accidentally go the wrong way and try to intimidate them? Be like, yeah, and I flex a little bit, like, you don't want to mess with us.
Make an intimidation check.
Oh shit. That'd be a 19.
That's pretty good. So about half of them really believe that you probably are pretty tough. But the one in the middle of the door, he doesn't seem impressed by you at all.
Looks like you didn't flex hard enough.
And it looks like he is the one doing most of the speaking. Look, you have what you came for. I'm going to ask you one more time to leave.
Yeah, we're not gonna leave.
Abe, I think you need to fuck start his face.
Okay.
What's a fuck start?
And as soon as Gus says that, I just take my axe from the floor and just try to drop it right on top of this dude's face, like just trying to cut him right down the middle.
All right. I'm going to give you one attack, and then we're going to roll for initiative.
All right. Oh, I mean, this would be reckless. Or no, I have to be raging to be reckless.
Right.
Okay, never mind. We're good. All right, so swing and swing.
Man,
It misses.
man, leave it up to Abe to show up. He's actually been in the game for 5 minutes, and he's ready to murder someone.
To be fair, you gave us the option, and I take that option.
Hey, you always have the option to fight people. I never tell you that you don't have to fight people. That's up to you.
All right, well, my attack misses. A 10 sucks. Or is it one attack action?
You get 1.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Now I need everybody to roll for initiative. Let me clear this off here.
Make sure you click on your guys.
Thanks, I would have forgot. Although I can't see mine, I can see where they are with the mouse stuff.
You're not in the room, so why would you roll for initiative?
I mean, the door's
got
open, but...
lawyered.
Oh, that's fair. If you guys want to fight without me.
Well, I'd hate for your fox to do 1 point of damage to everybody.
Wow.
Hey, you never know. Maybe one day he'll just like. I think he got a crit on Strahd and did 2 damage.
Is that a vicious mockery by Cratch?
His inner bard is coming out. He can't help it.
Good guy.
Did you get that, Nictus?
Yeah, it's on the screen. I got it.
Okay, gotcha. Oh shit! I hope that's not the first one you smacked across the face. It's got the 20. I say, yeah, fuck it. We're just going to demolish everybody in this house.
What's the
And
worst
we're going to
that
own
we
this
all
house.
die?
This is going to be our new mansion. We're going to live here while we run the tavern.
Lictus got a 17.
All right,
Gus,
yeah,
you're
that's
on
good.
there. Ulzen, what'd you get, buddy?
I got a 17 as well.
A 17 as well.
I did roll. It just happened to be after you turned up the turn order. So you'll have to add me, but it is a 10.
What'd you get?
It's a 10. I know you don't want me yelling numbers at you.
No, I will punch you. I get very violent. You know I hate that. My favorite thing is when we're playing in person and I'm like, all right, everybody roll for initiative. And then people are just like, 7, 18, 24. I don't, just give me a minute.
47.
Like when people do that, I just want to go, bingo, I win. I'm the best.
Bingo!
Everybody get out of my house.
Everybody get out of my house.
All right, I think I got everybody on the thing. Benji doesn't get his own initiative. He follows.
know.
He follows you before
I
or after
forget.
combat.
I forgot. As soon as I hit the button, I'm like, oh, you can take him off the initiative if you want. Then, can you check your Discord real quick? Like this.
Your thing, as long as is the damage identical to the spell that you copied it from.
Yes.
If it's identical, I don't care.
It has a like. I did add one thing. It prohibits vision till the end of my next turn, but that doesn't have to be in effect. It's just like a fog.
Does the other spell, doesn't it like light things on fire?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I'm fine with it causing that status effect for 1 round. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Cool. I want to use that for sure.
All right. I think I got him off there. All right. So first up is the veteran over here by Cratch. I need something a little bit more. You know.
You talking about that twat right there?
I need something a little bit more epic for this. This is a little
And
too.
Ursul's still knocked out, right?
Yeah. Here we go. Let's do this.
Yeah, but he's tied up anyway, so.
And he can't move his neck or probably legs and arms because he's paralyzed.
Hello, I'm Urstul.
I'd say he was underwater.
No, I was trying to do my Stephen Hawkins for.
All right, this veteran guy, this guard, he's going to take an attack at you. I believe he gets 2 attacks.
Is he attacking me?
Yeah, he's attacking you.
Who else would he attack?
Your homie just like attacked his friend with an axe.
All right, this one right here is attacking me.
So, yeah, the one right next to you,
Oh,
or a dagger
there-
from you.
There's 2 of them next to me. They're going to die.
Well, that one guy's not in melee range. The other guy is.
Roger.
Okay, so he gets. Yep. So the first attack is a 21.
That slightly hits me.
That slightly hits you. Okay. And the damage on that is going to be. It's going to be 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And he strikes you again with his longsword. It's 23.
Yeah, Jesus, 23 does hit.
And it's going to be 14 points of piercing damage. So you see the guard next to you after watching his friend get attacked. He takes 2 quick swipes at you with his longsword and connects with both of them. He is going to forgo movement and bonus action. Gus, you're up. With Ulzin, you are after Gus.
I'm like, you die next.
All right.
I spit a little blood out.
I am going to point my finger at the guy who just attacked my crotch, and I'm going to cast Ray of Frost at him.
Ray of Frost.
30-20.
Yeah, that hits. Absolutely.
All right, so you see the purplish, bluish energy jolt out as it normally does, covering him in ice, and his movement is reduced by 10 feet until the end of my next turn.
And which one did you hit? The one by Cratch?
Yeah, the one who attacked Cratch.
All right. This is actually going to be probably a lot more of a complicated battle than you thought it was going to be, and it was 8 damage?
Yeah.
Okay. And he's slowed. You got it.
Just his movement, not like the spell slowed.
Okay. Anything else?
I think I'll just back up a little bit further.
You got it. So you guys see Gus go through his routine of casting Ray of Frost and pelting this guy with the purplish cold energy. Ulzen, you're up with Lictus. You're after Ulzen.
Nice.
I gotta stop doing that. Okay. Have anything spicy for this? Do I? I'm just gonna shoot the guy that's in front of me. I'm gonna bonus action play no warrior and let
Mhm.
loose.
You got it.
Does a 12 hit?
That is a good question. A 12 does not hit.
And I will try again.
Man, is their armor class that good? The one guys you guys fought earlier, their armor class was horrible.
That was ass. It was
Yeah,
like
it was
12
dog
or
shit.
Yeah.
13.
We hit every roll.
Yeah, I did roll a 1. So this one's a little
for
bit
damage?
better. Does a 22 hit?
Oh, a 22 hits.
Nice.
I was gonna say if he said it missed, we're just gonna run.
Yeah,
Just
it is.
It's just
time to
disengage.
They got ancient dragon armor class.
go. Eh.
They seen some shit. Some shit we ain't ready for.
These boys been around. You notice one of them is definitely wearing what looks like Beholder's skin.
Is that Patches O'Houlihan?
That is math. That is 12 force damage.
12 force damage.
that
You
guy.
got it.
And then I'm gonna kick rocks.
You got it. So Ulzen launches a couple of attacks. One bounces right off the guard's armor, not making full contact, but then he spots a weakness and in between where the armor connects, and he makes a nice shot right near the shoulder blade. Lictus, you're up.
Okay.
You're in this room, but you tell me where you want to go and I'll move you there. How about that?
I'll move up to I'll move up to in front of Olsen here.
Here?
Yes.
You got it.
Actually, no, I take that back. I want to move.
You can move your guy. I didn't.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, I kind of forgot about that. I'm going to. Hold on, let me. Nope, I changed it back.
JK, just kidding. Nope.
Yeah, which one? Which one? Go right here. Okay. I'm going to let me see my spells here. I was gonna do something. I didn't really think about it that much, or that greatly. I think I'm just going to go with cantrip here. Which one? Wait, which one did Olsen hit?
The one up by Cratch.
Okay, I'm going to toll the dead that guy.
Okay. It's a wisdom save?
Yes, wisdom save.
That's a fail.
A fail. So and he did take damage, right? Just
Oh yeah,
double-checking.
he's been hurt.
Okay. So here we go. Wow. All 3 damage on D12. 2 D12s.
On 2d12s, you got 3 damage. Solid.
3 necrotic.
As you launch the bells of the dead, they seem to just not be ringing as loud as they normally would.
Yeah. Guess not.
You still have a bonus action and movement if you want it.
Okay. How much movement did I take to get here?
You took
20?
5, 10, 15. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. About 25.
So I'm gonna stick right here. And
Yep.
then I'm gonna cast as my bonus action. 3rd level. Where is it? Shadow Blade. 3rd level Shadow Blade.
Okay.
So I will have a dagger in my, or I'll have a shadow dagger in my right hand. Now.
Can you link the spell, please?
Oh yes, right. I didn't mean to roll for that.
It's all good.
It's really confusing. There you go.
So let's see. You weave together threads of shadow in your hand. This magic sword lasts till the spell ends. Counts as a simple weapon. Okay, so yeah, you didn't have to actually make a roll. So you cast it, and then you can make
Yeah,
attacks with it.
I
Okay.
I meant to hit cast, and it still rolled the dice.
Okay, so is it a dagger? Oh, it actually says it's a sword.
It
It could be a short sword.
yeah.
Okay.
It
So
also has finesse though. That's the important part.
right. Does it?
Yes. Psychic damage on hit and has the finesse, light, and throwing properties. So
That doesn't seem like a sword to me. That seems like a
yeah,
dagger.
that's why I was like that's why it kind of confused me a little bit. But
No, it's all good. There's a
I'm-
couple swords that do like scimitars and rapiers.
yeah. But can you
Uh,
dual wield with those swords? I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll
Yeah, I
have
mean
a
you
dagger.
can dual wield most things unless it's a two-handed weapon.
Yeah. Okay, then I'll have that, and then my dagger in the other hand.
You got it. So you see Lictus try to chime the bells of the dead to not much effect. And then he summons the shadow energies of the nether, and it forms into a small blade in his hand.
And that's it for me.
That is it for you.
I am gonna move Benjamin up to the other side of Olzen, and that'll be his turn.
All right. It is going to be this veteran's turn. He is going to move down here in between Lictus and Abraham. He's going to take a swing at the guy that just summoned a Shadow Blade.
All right.
That is an 11.
It misses.
Okay. He makes a second strike with his short sword. That's going to be a 15.
That hits.
All right. So let's do the damages here. It's going to be 14 points of piercing damage.
All right.
As he approaches you and makes two quick swipes with his longsword, connecting with one of them. He's done with his turn. Cratch, you're up.
All right, so I'm already pissed off, blood seeping at my mouth. Fucking already hurt from the last fight. I take my warhammer. In the first attack, I'm going to swing at him at the chest, and I'm going to roll. Shit. 11.
And 11.
Yes, for the first attack.
Okay.
I also just lost my dagger because of concentration.
Did you make your con save? Oh, that's a fail. Yep. Cratch. An 11 misses.
And then I got a nat 20.
Well, that will. I mean, it hits.
And plus 9 is a 29.
Okay, you got it.
All right, and then hitting with that, I would like to use a superiority die.
So you double all
I'm
of the
go-
damage. You don't double the multiply. Roll double the amount of dice you would for all damages on this attack.
Yes. So does that include my? That don't include my superiority die, does it?
Yep.
Oh, does it?
Mhm.
So I'm using a superiority die to do. Where did I fuck it? Where is it? So I'm gonna do distracting strike. When you hit weapon attack, you expend one superiority die to total the damage roll, and the next attack roll against the target by an attacker other than you. Never mind. That's what I'm doing. Other than you, they have advantage on the attack. So I'm going to give Ulzen attack on this guy if I don't kill him. So we're going to do. It would be triple attack. So here we go. 3d8s.
Look at Vera Coach having to come through and drop the bang hammer.
Hey,
Already?
I was just trying to become famous, man.
15, 16, 17.
Was that guy telling us
17
we could be
points of
famous?
damage.
Just gotta go buy some followers.
Was he telling us that's how we become famous? What a nice guy. How much from the strike? 17?
17 from the strike.
Is that for all the... So you rolled double all of your dice, right?
I didn't roll double on the superiority die. Do I need to roll double on that also?
Yeah, you roll 2. Whatever your superiority die value is, you roll 2 of them. Just like if a person was doing an attack with a sneak attack, I would let them do, double the sneak attack.
Okay.
I mean,
think that was-
a crit's supposed to be awesome.
and I said maneuvering. Yeah, so it'd be one more D8, and that'd be 5. What? 15, 16, 17. Be 23 points of damage total.
23 points of damage. You got it. So you take a big swing at this guy with your warhammer. I mean, and you connect him and cave in the front of his chest plate. This guy is
I'd
coughing.
imagine if I hit him with the first one.
This guy is coughing and hacking. He's feeling weak.
Olsen, if you attack this guy right here, you have advantage on him.
All right. Anything else from you, Cratch?
I'm just gonna stare him down. I mean, I'm not moving. I'm staying where I'm at. And I've got my door key with me, ready to hit anybody.
All right, Abraham, you're up.
So
It opens people's souls and doors.
after missing, I actually start blaming the darkness that we got into earlier. Must have greased up my axe a little bit, so I slipped. So I will actually bonus action rage. And I'm gonna do reckless attack on the veteran one again.
You got it.
So both these attacks have advantage. See if it crit. Nope. 24.
24 will hit.
11 plus 2, 13 on the first swing.
Okay.
Second swing. 24 again. That's pretty dope. 16 damage total.
Another 16.
Yeah. So yeah, just taking these these big chops, trying to cut off any and every limb on this person's body.
So let's see. Total damage is 25, 26, 27, 28. It's 29, right?
29, yeah.
Okay.
13 plus 16. Yep, 29. So yeah, just taking these big swings, and everyone that I feel connect, I'm just like, yeah, that's more like it.
That's the thing. That's the stuff.
It's all coming together.
All right. You still you already took your bonus action, but you still have movement if you want it.
I just want to stay in my bubble, but get as close as I can and spit in this dude's mouth. Double bonus action, spit.
So you get close enough to almost smash your face into his, and you try to spit in his mouth, but his face guard kind of blocks part of it, and it kind of hits the side of his face, but he definitely saw you spit at him.
I'm like Carlito right now.
There's
all
a little
right.
bit of regret in his eyes.
The guy from the one top corner there, he's going to make 2 long sword attacks at you. That is a 7. Oh, yeah, because it's reckless, correct? So advantage on that. That's going to be 17 on the first attempt on Abraham.
Ooh, I think that does it. Yes.
Okay. It's going to be 12 piercing damage.
Ooh. Okay.
Now, but that's halved, so
I got it. I know. Yep. I got it.
second strike with his longsword with advantage is a 21.
That
And it's
hits.
going to be 10 points of piercing damage.
Gotcha. Thank you.
And did I not add this guy's turn? I didn't. He was last. He was after that guy.
Actually, reaction. On that second strike, you're gonna kind of see Abraham kind of with him being in the rage, just his veins in his arms. I mean, he starts looking like cartoon Bane out here. Stone endurance, and I'm gonna reduce damage dealt to you by 1d12 plus 3.
Okay.
so I reduce 14,
Okay.
which I just don't take the damage of that. Oh, do I negate all the damage that got hit on me?
Depends
Or
on
is
when
it
you.
just that?
It depends on when you did it.
Okay, I'm doing it on the second strike. So the second strike doesn't even hit.
Yeah, the second strike. Well, it hits.
Gotcha.
It doesn't do any damage.
Yep.
Okay. The veteran that you first attacked, who is dead last, he's going to take a strike at you with his longsword with advantage, and that's going to be a 22.
Hits. Just hits.
It's
Yep.
going to be 7. It's going to be 10 points of piercing damage,
Okay.
and his second strike is going to be a 16.
A 16 does hit.
Okay, that's going to be another 6. It's going to be another 9 points of piercing damage.
Round it up. 5 more damage. Okay, gotcha.
Okay. As he makes his last couple attempts to swing at you, you hear a thud coming from the other side of the door, and what sounds like a piece of furniture or something being tossed. You hear the roar of what you assume is some kind of beast coming from the back of that bedroom. The door gets you feel like it sounds and it reverberates the whole hall up here as it sounds like something is banging into that with one big thud, and then finally the door swings open. It smashes this veteran guy that you were just attacking into you. You both go back 5 feet. And out through the door, wielding a giant morning star, is a... I think he is a huge, almost 7.5 foot tall, muscle-bound half-orc. He's got a very similar scar on his lip to Cratch. He's got like a real thin beard going around his chin. His both of his tusks at one point definitely looked like they were larger, and at least the one has been broken off from clearly a battle wound. He has fire and rage in his eyes, and he looks over at Abraham and then at Cratch and says, "You had the chance to leave."
Cratch, I think you could use some of your lip balm.
He comes down immediately, and he's going to take an attack at the other orc in the room.
Lonely eyes.
That is going to be a 27 to hit.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yes, Daddy. This is Papa Smurf out here reporting for duty.
He makes one giant swing with his morning star, and it's going to be for oh man, that's decent. That's it's going to be 8. It's going to be 8 points of piercing damage. Then he hauls the morning star around and tries to bring it down on top of your head. He's going to make another attack at you. Oh, I'm pretty sure that a 19 plus his bonus will hit you. So that's going to be another 7. It's going to be another 12 points of piercing damage as the points and spikes of this big, heavy morning star crash down right on your shoulders. Then he lifts it up almost as fast as he dropped it and takes another attack at Cratch. And that's going to also hit. And that's going to be another 9 points of piercing damage.
As he hits me with the third shot, I'm like, you broke the handles on that one. Handle these nuts, bitch.
He smacks a fist into his chest, and he looks at you in what is clearly a way that orcs issue a challenge to each other.
Jesus. And I'm just gonna fucking pound both of my fists in my chest and just look him straight in the eye and just bite down on my bottom lip and just enough to where it brings blood.
All right, now the veteran, it's the veteran next to you's turn, and he's going to take a swing at you as well. 17.
No, it misses.
Okay, he's gonna take a second strike with his long sword. I don't think a 7's gonna get him there. So
No.
he takes 2 quick swings at you, but he's a little disoriented from this massive half orc coming through and roaring like a crazed beast. The thuds when he connected on you like reverberated throughout the whole house. He is going to pass. Gus, you're up. Ulzin, you are next. After Gus.
Okay, I probably should have asked this last turn, but am I still making wisdom saving throws to cast?
They're kind of when I feel like you should.
Okay, cool. I like it. Well, in that case, I am going to go ahead. I'm going to take out from my component pouch a small. It kind of looks like a broken fork with little prongs all bent kind of sideways. And I'm going to hold this broken fork out with a straight arm, and I'm going to clench around it real tight. And I need the big ass half orc to make a wisdom saving throw for hold monster.
Does that work on humanoids?
Yeah, it just says choose a creature. So I know hold person is only humanoids and hold monster is everything. I can link it.
Okay. Yep. It works on any type of creature except undead. So, let's see. I rolled a... You said wisdom save?
Yep.
Guy's surprisingly not dumb.
What you want to hear?
How about a 22?
Just
Sorry, you
barely
can't move.
saved. Well, that's the end of the 5th levels.
I need you to roll a... roll off of the wild magic table. And then I need you to roll a D20 to see if you get a second charge.
Alright, that is a 100.
You rolled a 100. Ooh.
100! Holy shit on a shingle.
Ooh.
I think the half orc just dies now.
I think so.
Probably.
I think that's what happens.
Turns into an
That
ant.
is a 1. That is a 1 in 100 chance. If you didn't know.
Okay.
Every number in that chart is a 1 in 1.
So,
True.
as you tap into the wild energies, you suddenly feel your sorceress nature rejuvenate. You regain all expended sorcery points.
Ooh.
Hello, 10 sorcery points. How are you today?
Now go ahead and roll me a d20.
Let me just go ahead and refresh this sumbitch real quick. Confirm. Oh!
You gotta be kidding me! Guys,
Let's
can we
hope
get
it's not an 8, so I fireball the group again.
can we get a screenshot of that?
Duality of
Holy
man.
Shit!
He rolled the best that he could on his wild magic surge. Then he rolled a 1 and gets a second wild magic surge. Please, sir, go ahead and roll another D100.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I'll get
and
another
nervous.
100.
No.
It's
This
an
is
8.
awesome.
It's not as, it's still exciting. That doesn't happen. However,
Oh shit! I know what 8 is because I rolled this last time. Fuck.
It's a
suddenly
fucking fireball.
you feel
Oh,
your body, your internal body start to heat up. You feel flames come out of your hands, and you launch an explosive force of fire directly at yourself. You cast fire. You cast fireball at 3rd level, centered on yourself.
Me and
Oh
the
my
duck beard.
god.
So basically, everything in this room gets to make a dexterity saving throw.
DC 17.
Oh, fuck.
From
Yes.
from ass.
Oh no.
That's the worst. The
Oh.
worst.
And I'm resistant to fire. I don't take any damage.
Oh,
Well, you take half.
brother.
If you're
No, you
I
resistant,
take
you
half.
take half.
Yeah, I take
take
quarter
you
of the
take-
damage.
Yeah.
That's still good though.
Okay, so is that everybody in the party there? Did Ulzin roll?
I
Oh,
got
I
a nat
didn't-
1.
Well,
Oh
Benjamin needs to roll.
no!
Wait, a 10 doesn't pass, does it?
It
No,
does. It
17.
does
Aw,
not.
Benjamin takes full damage.
Okay.
I'm in
Benjamin's
danger.
gone.
All right. I'm gonna roll before you do your damage because I feel
Can I
like
roll it?
not yet. I'm gonna roll for the guards.
Oh, yeah, okay.
All right.
It's
So
8d6, right?
I'm gonna start at the very top one, and then I'm gonna just work clockwise. How about that? So the top
Alright.
guy is that's a fail. The
It's
guy over
8d6, yes.
by the door, that's a fail. The guy in front of Abraham, also a fail. And the guy down by Lictus, he passes. The guy, the big half-orc fighting Krat, he passes.
Oh, of course he passes.
Erstal Floxton, with disadvantage because he's tied up. Holy shit, he passed.
Oh, probably still gonna die.
he
I thought you automatically fail dexterity saving throws if
Oh,
you're,
that's true. Where did you guys sit him on the steps?
No, I thought he was still in the other room tied up.
Oh, okay. That's probably true. I'm gonna say yes. I feel like that's where you guys had him. So he's
Yeah.
fine.
Oh, I really hope he hasn't escaped by now.
All right. So go ahead and make your 8d6 because it's just at third level. Well,
oh God, thank you.
that's not a great roll, but that's kind of good. You kind of didn't want a great roll. Lots of 2s and 1s. So everyone that passed, you take 11 fire damage.
Oh,
If
we'll
you
take
passed and you're resistant, you're only going to take 6. Everyone that failed, take 21. So you see this guard at the top, he drops. The guard over by the half-orc, looking weak.
All right, Lictus, now finish us all off. Fireball.
I
And
cast
then,
fireball.
The guy near
Fireball at the at 10th level.
the guy near Lictus, he saved, so he's only going to take half of that. So he's going to take. Okay, I got it right there. Yep. Okay, he's fine. I don't know why they gave all these guys separate, like different HP. I have no idea. They all have completely different HP. It's going to be. And then the guy in front of Abraham failed, so he's going to take the full 21. And he's looking weak. And then the half-orc is going to take damage. Okay, got it. How's everybody looking after the fireball?
Uh-huh.
Angry.
Trash be like.
So
Snot and blood are coming out of my nose. I'm barely standing up, but I'm gonna...
you see the one guard that accused you of doing it before. He goes, "Look, you did it again." Anything else from you, Gus?
Yes, I can only block so much stuff. I just waver back and
One other
forth. I'm like,
fireball.
I'm trying my best. Please stop, Gus. Please.
Yeah, I'm going to go over behind Crotch, and then I don't know if I'm able to with a bonus action, but I'd like to give him my healing potion.
I would say I'd say for a handoff, yeah, you could do that as a bonus action.
Okay, so I'll hold it out for him, and then that will end my turn.
Okay.
I'll actually just like, take the cap off and put it down his throat.
All right, Ulzin, you're up. Lictus, you're next.
I'm on deck.
Man, Ulzin comes back from wherever he was at, and he's on fire.
All's a
All
fire
of us
going
are on
on
fire.
Did anybody smell barbecue?
This orc is on fire.
I smell.
here.
Oh, also Benjamin died.
Rest in peace. Never forget you.
Oh,
Are
no.
you
What-
with
Okay,
his 7 hit points?
I mean,
Jeez.
he's such a G. He will
such
be
a
he will be missed until you summon him again.
until I summon again.
I'm gonna see if this is a good idea. I don't.
Cast fireball. Do it.
You son of a bitch.
Do it.
Well,
Do it.
Do it.
Oops, I
if I knew it,
misclicked.
take out the other half for it, I would tell you to do it.
Misclicked.
You hear Cratch over
Are
there
you
going.
shit me? You did?
Cratch is over there like, strike me down, and I shall become more powerful than you can imagine.
Just lightning bolt all my friends.
Alright. As a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Hail of Thorns at a 2nd level.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna try to shoot the guy in the back corner here.
So that only affects the guys that are within 5 feet of him, right?
Yep.
Okay. Do I have to make a save, or you just make an attack roll?
It's an attack roll, and then there's a save for the effect that happens with it.
Okay.
There's a
So-
23 hit.
Oh yeah, 23 hits that guy.
Okay.
And, how much damage is it for?
I haven't done damage yet.
Oh, okay.
Honestly. Oh, I'm holding my D8. Oh god, that's. I was like holding it and then like looking for it at the same time.
I can't tell you how many times I've done that.
Me when I'm on the phone with somebody. I can't find my phone.
I'm like, where's my D20? I don't understand.
Oh, man. So it's 7 damage, and this is in addition to the inaugural effect, the target of the attack in each creature within 5 feet makes a Dex save, which is a Dex 15.
Okay, DC 15. We'll go with the guy you hit first. Oh, that 6 is just not going to cut it. How much more additional damage is it?
It is 8 more damage.
An additional 8 damage?
Yep.
Well, that drops the guy you hit with it.
Yep.
Go ahead and finish that guy off. You just tell me how you want that guy to die.
He's just gonna get like, it's kind of like a firing squad, except arrows, but from the sky.
Nice.
Well, how does that even work in this building? Hold up.
In the shade.
You know, it got dark in here. It's like a cloud, and it rained down. You know, I think these arrows are on fire from the fireball that occurred.
So your arrow explodes out into a rain of thorns, and you see it strike additional damage and splinters of wood into the half orc and the creature in front of Abraham here. Like, the guy in front of Abraham is looking pretty weak. He is bleeding profusely.
I will shoot at him since he looks like a baby.
Well, right now he kind of looks like a human pincushion.
I'll continue the trend. It's a 21 hit.
A 21 hits.
It is 9 damage.
Finish him off.
Just a quick little bop through the nose.
Oh, nice. Nice, clean shot. I like it. Okay. You still have movement if you want it.
Over here.
Okay. And next up is going to be Lictus. With Cratch, you're going to be after the one veteran down here fighting Lictus.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at my hand where my dagger. I see just particles of my dagger that just disappeared. I'm gonna look back at this guy, kind of pissed, for making my dagger disappear. I'm going to attempt a magical. I'm gonna attempt vampiric touch with
Okay.
a attack roll. There, melee attack roll. That's a 12.
Yeah, that's going to miss.
Ugh. Still pissed at this guy. But now, I'm just gonna be looking at him.
Now you just look at him all mean.
I attempt to touch him, but he just dodges out of the way.
He kind of like smacks your hand out of the way. So, what are you
He's
doing?
like, no!
What are you doing?
No.
There's no hugging in war.
There's no... Please?
The veteran you just tried to attack, he is going to take an attack with his long sword at you. That is going to be a miss on the first swing, and well, he rolled a let's see, that is a 7 on the first swing and an 8 on the second swing. So that is
Have
going to be
to
2
stay.
misses.
I mean, if you combine those two numbers together, maybe.
Yeah, oh yeah, that would hit you, but that would be cheating. He is not going to move. He's going to stay right there. Cratch, you are up. Abraham, you're after Cratch.
Oh shit. Okay, so I'm going to attack the dude in front of me, the half orc. And before I do this, I'm gonna look at Abe, slap my warhammer over, and be like, "I might die today, but we die brothers." And I swing over with my warhammer twice at the half orc.
Okay.
Fighting side
the
by
first-
side with an elf.
The first attack is a 23.
23 will, I believe. Oh yeah, that
Jesus
hits.
Christ.
Yeah, that hits. He's super strong. He's not very well armored though.
21 on the second one.
21 will also hit.
All right, and then I'm going to I'll hit with both of those. Let's do those damage. And that'll be, I forgot to add my +6 on that last dude, but he's already dead. 5, there's 8 plus 12, that's 20 damage to him. And I'm going to use my last superiority die.
Okay.
And I'm going to do menacing attack. When you hit with a weapon attack, you expend 1 superiority die. Add the total damage to the damage roll, and your target must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failure, it is frightened of you until your next turn. So another 3 damage to it, and it needs to make a DC 17 wisdom saving throw. See if it's frightened of me.
How much additional damage?
What is 23 total damage with everything?
So an additional 3 damage.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Wisdom save?
yes, it has to be a 17 or above.
So let's see. I rolled a 9.
So after I hit him, I just roar at him, spit blood and saliva and whatever's left in me. I'm on death's doorstep, and just let him know that I might die, but I'm not dying without a fight.
You see him for just like a split second with a hinge of fear in his eyes. But he tries to draw from inner strength from battle. And he's going to use one of his indomitable uses. He's allowed to reroll a saving throw that he fails. And that is going to be a 19. So he saves on the second one.
All right. Well, as my bonus action, I'm going to use Second Wind. And I'm going to roll a d10 and plus 10 for extra hit points. I got a 9 plus 10 on that. I got 19 extra hit points added back on
Nice.
my second wind. So when I see that he comes back at me, I flex back at him and just roar at him like.
You still have bonus action.
No, that was my bonus action. Was my second wind.
I don't think it is a bonus action, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Yes,
Is it? Okay,
It is,
I'm
is.
thinking of the other thing, the
Stone endurance.
where he gets like
also bonus action.
where he gets what?
Stone endurance is where you get to use
No,
it
no,
as a
no,
reaction.
no. I'm talking about the thing where he gets action surge.
Oh, okay.
I've already used that. I'm like, we're carrying over from the last session.
Well, of course you are.
That's
okay.
why
So you feel a little bit of health coming back into you. You're feeling a little bit better. Abraham, you're up.
Okay, so him calling me his brother, you kind of see like a little tear in the right eye. And oh geez, dog scared the shit out of me.
And I bark.
that was Cratch barking at
I
the
go up and like just like kind of grapple him and like pin him against the wall.
Cratch is rooting you on.
So strength check against me to grapple.
Yeah, contested strength check.
18.
That is probably not going to do it. Let me see. His strength's pretty good. He only got an 11, though.
Okay, so when I grapple him, and kind of like push him up against the wall real quick, I give him the Captain Insano dirty little like eye poke, eye gouge. So that's gonna be
So your first attack is grapple, your second attack is eye gouge?
yes.
That's actually a thing.
It is for his
An
character.
Insano.
23.
23 will hit.
Okay, so I make the unarmed strike on a humanoid. Is he humanoid?
Yeah, he's a half-orc.
Okay, just want to make sure. It inflicts the blinded status condition. On the monster you have grappled until the end of their next turn. So he is now blind, and then I'm gonna action surge. And
Beat him
kind
up.
of like
Does he
kind of
take
like-
any damage from the eye gouge, or he
No,
just is
it's just the blind.
Okay.
So him
That's
not being
that's still pretty strong.
him not kind of being able to see me, I kind of like give this like little slide over into the corner and just take my axe coming up from the ground and just like try to cut him ass to neck. So 2 swings there. These are going to be with advantage since it's flanking, so double 20 on the first, and then let's see here. Okay, does a 20 hit,
Yes.
and does a 17 hit?
Yes.
Cool. All right, so first damage roll, it rerolls because it was a 1, so 7 plus 4, 11 plus 2 more, 13 on the first attack, and then the second
Okay.
attack's for damage is 16, so another 29 damage to this guy.
Second attack is how much damage? 16?
16.
Yeah, so it's 29
it.
total.
I got it.
Yeah.
I subtract each one off at a time. It's easier for me to do it that way.
Sounds good. Yeah, I mean that's it. This guy is blind until the end of his next turn.
He lets out a bellowing roar, which you're not sure, but it seems very barbarian-esque. Anything else from you?
Oh no, that's it. That's all I can do.
My turn. So, let's see. He automatically fails anything that requires sight. Any attack rolls against him have advantage, and all of his attacks currently have disadvantage. And the effect lasts until the end of his turn, right?
Until the end of his turn, yes.
Got it. Okay, so because you didn't reckless, so no advantage on you. So he's going to have disadvantage on either one of the attacks, but he's going to aim in the direction where he's pretty sure the orc was at, as you're kind of like trying to hold on to his belt, so because to hold him still. Oh, I'm sorry. That's a crit. Just kidding. I forgot I have disadvantage.
Not unless you get another crit.
But it's going to be a 18 on Cratch. Does 18 hit?
Cratch is dead.
Yes. No, 18 misses barely. Sorry.
So he flails the Morning Star around. He takes a swing. It goes above your head and into the wall. He takes a second swing at you. That is going to miss on the second swing. You easily dodge out of the way, and he brings the third strike down in your general area. God, that's depressing. That's a crit, and then I rolled a 10. So, yeah, all 3 strikes miss against you. You can tell that he has complete and total just frustration not being able to hit you.
I want to laugh a little bit. Yes. I see your death coming near. And I want it to be like a laugh like where I'm hurt real bad, but like, yeah.
I welcome the day that someone puts me in the grave.
We'll go to the grave together.
I don't even know you, man.
What? Why are we fighting again?
That's kind of weird. Planning on being buried with my wife.
No, you'll be buried with your
Gus, you're up. Ulzen, you're next.
All right. So So Gus kind of like holds his hand out like he normally does for magic, and then his hand is kind of trembling and shaking.
Wisdom save.
So, okay,
Wisdom save.
it is a 11.
Okay, you're good.
You die.
Well, I think he's gonna use his other hand and throw his boomerang at this guy here.
Ooh, boomerang. Wait, which one?
Oh, it doesn't matter which one.
All of them.
Yeah, that's not gonna hit.
Now it
And
doesn't
then
matter.
he's gonna kind of back up further and kind of slump down in the corner, kind of like put his back to the wall and then go down. So he kind of is like his legs are kind of bent in half and he's bent, kind of sitting back against the wall.
Find a happy place. Find a happy place.
Yep, and that's gonna end his turn.
All right, Olsen, buddy, you're up.
I thought I was muted. Looked and it wasn't muted. That's crazy. I'm gonna shoot the bald-looking dude.
You got it. That's it's one of Cratch's relatives.
You're gonna catch or something?
Do I have any what?
Huh?
Do-
I'm gonna bonus action plan our warrior
You got it.
and Kapawi. That's a 19.
That hits.
So that is 17 force damage.
17 damage on the first strike.
Where are you going? Shit.
Shoot again. 20 damage, or not 20 damage, 20 to hit.
Yeah, 20 hits.
13 damage. Wow.
An additional 13. All right. So Ulzen pops off a couple of shots. You have advantage. Oh no, you don't. He's not blinded anymore. Never mind. I lied. So yeah, you connect with 2 quick arrow shots, like Ulzen has done many times in the past.
Ka-chow, ka-chow.
Both strikes find their mark on this large beast of a man.
Decent.
You still have movement if you want it.
I'm just gonna high five this wall.
You got it.
Continue on.
All right, Lictus, you're up.
All right, frustrated with not being able to kill anything. I'm going to attempt Toll the Dead again on the guy right in front of me.
Okay, that's a wisdom save.
As a wisdom save.
That is a fail.
All right, let's see. Oh yay, more than 3 damage. 13 necrotic damage.
You guys begin to hear the bells ringing. You see necrotic energies wash over top of this veteran guard. The wounds that were minor begin to expand and grow. He's looking pretty weak, guys. That it from you?
What does disengage do again?
Well, you've taken your action, but disengage would allow you to move away from somebody and not get an attack of opportunity.
I have cunning action.
Then
So I can use it as a bonus.
I forgot you're a rogue as well. So yes, it'll allow you to, if you take the disengage action, even as a bonus action, you can move away from people who are within melee range, and you won't have attacks of opportunity against you.
Okay, I'm going to disengage from this guy.
You got it.
And then I'm going to move up by Gus. Right there.
Okay, sounds good. All right. This veteran guy is not really sure where the guy that he was fighting ran off to, like a little coward. But he smells blood in the water, and he's going down here towards the half-orc.
You're welcome.
.22 to hit. It's going to be 7 points of piercing damage on Cratch for the first strike with the longsword.
What was it? Sorry, what was it again?
7 points of piercing damage on you on the first strike.
Yes, bring it.
The second strike misses. That veteran is done. Cratch, you're up. Abraham, you're after Cratch.
Finish it.
I want to look at the half orc and be like, I'm still around. And I'll do my 2 attacks. There'll be a 20 on the first.
That'll hit.
Jared, do you want to roll the second one?
Can't do any worse.
26 on the second roll.
Yeah, both of those hit.
And we're going to do 2d8 plus 6 on each of them. Here, Jared. There you go. That'd be 10 plus 12. That'd be 22 damage.
That's a pretty good amount of damage.
I don't have.
So you strike with your warhammer and it connects, catching this dude right across the face. You see a piece of his tusk fly off. He spits it out. You swing the warhammer back again, break off the remaining piece of his tusk on the opposite end of his face. Blood is profusely pouring out of this half-orc's this head and face. He drops and slumps to his knees. He starts to breathe real panting breath. And he looks like he's about to fall to the ground when he draws from his orc heritage and stands back up.
Death is only the beginning.
He is activating his relentless endurance.
All right, so I'm going to. Oh shit! I'm out of superiority die. I can't do that. I'm done.
All right, Abraham, you're up, buddy.
Woot woot. Okay, so
Do well by me.
He's no longer blinded, but I am behind him. So
Yeah, you have advantage.
Yep. So I'm gonna take. You're not worthy of my fist, and I'll just keep slicing him with the axe, just trying to chop limb from limb off of him.
That's so
Okay.
gross.
25.
Yeah, that hits.
12, 14 damage.
Finish him off.
Okay, so just noticing like just the pure rage, just trying to slice. I'm gonna start with that first strike, just kind of slicing off the arm that's actually holding his is it a morning star?
Yeah, he's
Morning
holding,
star.
he's holding a big morning star, yeah.
Okay, so just slice that arm off, and when the next one, when I hear it kind of hit the ground, I'll slice basically from his waist down, clean off with my axe, and let it just kind of hit on the floor, and you just hear in the background, fatality.
You chop this guy down like a damn tree.
Who said that?
Liu Kang wins. Nah. So then I will movement over to this one, flanking on him, and take the second strike.
Go ahead.
Yes, Joe Mike.
18.
18 will hit.
Okay, rerolls a 2. 5 plus 4, 9, 11 damage.
Finish him off.
So this one I'm going to kind of switch it up a little bit. Just hit him with the batter up and just cut his head clean off.
I mean, for a
And-
guy that fights people with your fist, you're really good at decapitating people.
Yeah, I'm aiming this at Ulzen. Like I'm trying to hit this head like clean off, like hit the back wall behind him. And you just see like me smiling from ear to ear the whole time.
Blood spurts out. It goes all over Ulzen, all over Cratch, all over the floor, and this poor guard's head comes flying at you, Ulzen. You're able to kind of move out of the way, but it makes a sickening thud splat against the wall.
That's so gross. My God.
Yeah, a thud
Oh my
splat. Because
God.
you know what that sounds like.
Did I do
Oh
it, brother?
man, brother.
So when he makes that last final move where the head just starts splatter, I go to my knees like I'm wore out, I'm beat down, and I take my hammer and just start beating the ground. I'm like, yes, and just fuck yes, just beating against the ground with a war hammer. I'm like, there's the fucking way it's done.
All right, and with that, you guys will be dropped from combat.
I'm still on my knees because I fucking beat the hell down.
Yeah, I know you're bleeding, buddy.
I'm just like foreheads against the ground. I am like, ugh. Oh, we made it. Fuck, my face is black. It just looks like hamburger meat.
Yeah, fight was a little easier with your buddies here. if
Well,
if you if,
it
if
didn't
you and
help
Gus
that I
had to
was
fight
already.
those if you and Gus had to fight those guys by yourselves, you might have been in trouble.
It didn't help that I was already half through my hit points to this point.
It didn't also help that Gus fireballed y'all again.
Twice.
I have no genital hair left, and no beard hair.
Is Gus still in the corners? You said he was sitting down, right?
Yeah, he kind of like slouched down on the wall, and he's just kind of sitting there, and a little bit of shock, kind of looking at his hands.
Gus. You
This-
need to be in the corner too.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna slop forward, like shoulders, like it's all right, Gus. We made it.
This magic is a curse.
It's not a curse, Gus. It's helped us, just like anything else. You take the good with the bad.
Just want to go home. Why won't this magic take me home?
I kind of want to
Maybe.
crawl towards Gus and just like cradle him, like give him that one bear hug. You'll be home, bud. You'll be home one day.
I'm still in my rage form, like smiling my ass off. I can send you home, Gus, and I'll just start sharpening the axe a little bit.
Oh my goodness.
Jesus Christ.
Wow, why you gotta
Gus
be
is
so
like,
dark, man?
Wow.
You know what a hatchet is, Bug?
As I'm and like hugging in Gus, I'm like, I look back at Dave and like, you're a fucking twat. Fuck.
I don't get social cues.
Seeing that Cratch is tending to Gus, I'm gonna go head back into this room and finish my
fuck
investigation.
Gus. We're almost dead. You just go ahead.
I'm gonna finish my investigation.
Okay, make an investigation check.
I have to make another one.
Yeah, because I don't remember what your first one was, and you got interrupted by the sounds of battle.
Yeah, I definitely got interrupted. Okay, it's just as good.
So you're looking around on the desk for some sort of papers or otherwise information. You see that most of the papers and stuff in here look like they have some notes and stuff scribbled. There's a name written. At least you think it's a name. There's a bunch of like jumbled little notes on this one scratch piece of paper, and it's in some sort of it's written in some sort of like thieves' cant, so it's not real actual discernible English.
I can understand.
You are able to pick up parts of it though.
Okay.
So from what you understand from your knowledge of thieves' cant is this was written by someone within the Zentarum Guild. And it has a lot of specific instructions, which you can't make out all of them. You're not familiar with this particular dialect. You're only getting just general ideas of it. But in more than one instance, there is a word you don't recognize, so you assume is a name. And the name is Manshun.
Manshun?
Manshun.
Okay.
From what you gather, he was someone was supposed to bring or talk to or deliver or give something to or give Manshun this thing or give a thing that is called Manshun a thing. You're not sure about that, but the word Manshun is definitely in there more than once.
Okay. I'm gonna go back.
Also, as you are getting ready to leave, your keen eyes see what looks to be a set of eyes peering from underneath of the bed.
Oh. I'm going to try and see what I can see under the bed.
You lift up the bed sheets and you see this well-dressed man cowering underneath of the bed, covering his face, kind of trying to hide even though he knows that you can see him.
Hello?
Just don't hurt me.
I have no intention. Who are you?
My name is Orund.
Do you live here?
This is my home.
This is your home. Well, I can tell you we've pretty much wiped out every bad guy in this entire area, I assume. We've only been here for like 5 minutes, apparently.
It's
a long story.
I didn't want to be mixed up in all of this, and everything just got out of hand.
Well, tell me. This is in your house. Why is it in your house? Why is this all happening in your house?
It's my wife. This was mostly her idea. She said it would help us. It would set us up for life. And my family's fortune has dwindled over the years. It only took a few bad investments.
Elaborate, if you will.
With the investments, I mean, I don't understand the workings of banking and such. But the investments, we made them in potential businesses to grow, and those businesses went bankrupt, and all my money is gone. And
I meant about the your wife's plan.
She's been working with members of the Black Network.
I see. And why are they in your house trying to, well, I assume kill you, because this guy is from there.
With the last bit of our fortune, we've been delivering money and goods to the Black Network operations in Waterdeep. Some of that money was used to kidnap a noble's son not long ago. And we helped with a plot to steal the Stone of Galore from the noble's son's father.
Where is this stone?
I don't know. I
Do you
never
know
saw
where-
it. I never saw it.
Do you know any plans of where it was supposed to be?
Here. It was supposed to be brought. It was supposed to be eventually brought here. That was the plan, and everything just went wrong. Everything just went wrong. My wife got this idea in her head, fearing that the Zents were going to double cross us, or maybe she made a deal with the Xanathar clan. I'm not sure, but she sent her servant to steal the stone.
The servant, what do they look like?
He was a mechanical man.
Do you know where your wife is and their servant?
The last I saw before Erstal went just absolutely insane. He's been staying here. He's been staying in this room. He's been having conversations and doing something in here and contacting, I don't know, someone within his clan, his guild. And the stone was here, but I'm not sure where it's at now. My wife called the guards and locked herself in her bedroom, and I hid in here. Because this is just too much for me. I didn't sign up for all of this. I thought we were told this was going to be easy money, and all we had to do was just give a little bit now, and we'd get a lot back. And it's just been. I mean, look at all this bloodshed. This is absolutely terrible.
A lot of people, innocent people, have died on your name right now.
Not on my name. I didn't order any deaths.
Well, some of your actions caused it.
I'm sure some of your actions have caused deaths too. You should be careful to judge.
We don't see death the same way.
When she sent her mechanical servant out, that's when everything went just haywire. She was thoroughly convinced that we could get the stone. I don't know whether it was for herself or she was talking to the Xanathar clan. I don't know. I know that they're all involved in this too. She gave the necklace of fireballs to her servant, but he accidentally exploded the Zents along with the gnome that was carrying the stone.
Hmm.
And it wasn't long after that, with all the chaos and the guards within the city, Ursel came showing up, big burn on his face, and he was furious. And I mean, and rightly so. Her servant almost tried to kill him.
So he had the stone at one point. You don't know where it is.
I know that he brought it here, just like he was instructed to.
All right. About this rune, what is with this teleportation room in your room?
I don't know. I don't use it. I think he was using it to contact whoever his contact is within the Zentarum.
Have you ever heard him say a specific word or anything whenever he used it?
Honestly, we didn't try to meddle too much in the comings and goings of his thing. Frankly, the Zentarum, the things that they're capable of,
They're capable of a lot more than we both probably understand.
I just know that sometimes people go missing, right? And it's not just trash off the street in vermin. I'm talking powerful people. They just disappear.
Mm-hmm. Well, on account of I'm not perfect myself, I'm gonna let you go. I don't think
he just kind of stays underneath the bed. He definitely has like remorse and guilt in his face, and he clearly does not strike you as an evil person.
Yes, I can see that. Yeah. So, I'd be like, I suggest you stay out of this from now on. You really don't want to be intertwined with these people again. Otherwise, real bad things might happen. And I see you probably don't want that for your family.
He kind of almost lets out a half sob and just kind of lays on the ground.
All right. I'm gonna go back to the group and kind of tell them everything that I found about this guy. It's a lot to recap. So
Yeah, well, they heard it all, so
okay, yeah,
they're actually like they're typing back and forth to each other as they're kind of as it looks like they're trying to piece some stuff together.
Yep.
So Lictus returns, and he lays out the information to you, telling you that he found Orund Gralhund. He is the basically he owns the house, and he lays out all the information about the Zentarum and the stone, Urstel, the connections, even the name Manshun, although you're not really sure what that means.
What guild was that one at the near the very beginning when we found what's his name? Loon. Who was holding him captive? Which one was that?
In the sewers?
Yeah,
That was the Xanathar.
that was Xanthar. Okay, I was just making sure because their names are too close for my.
Well, the original kidnappers of him, because I know it's been like a minute, and this is information I've given you before. They were the Zentarum. The Zentarum had captured him, but then they took him to this warehouse, and the Xanathar showed up and basically like killed everybody there, and they kidnapped one of them, but they kidnapped the wrong guy.
Yeah. So basically seems like both of these guilds or both of these factions are after the stone,
Yeah.
for what I could assume. So it all ties in together.
Yeah. I mean, you know what the stone
Well,
is? Did I tell you what the stone does?
yeah, it's the key to the vault, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So it's worth like crazy money. Well,
500 million gold pieces.
does any to our basic knowledge, you said you think, or I think I remember the vault being like a myth. Like,
Yeah.
has anybody actually found
I
the
mean, it's a
vault?
rumor, right?
Yeah.
So, and this is just recollection and out of character. This is just DM to player.
Yeah.
From the what you know and what you recall, the vault was rumored to exist when Lord Neverember was on the council of the city. He supposedly embezzled a ton of money while he was in that position.
Hmm.
They say it
Was
was a
there
sum.
any-
They say it
there
was a
wasn't
sum of
any proof?
500,000 gold pieces. He then hid it somewhere in some kind of a vault. They referred to it as the Vault of Dragons, because one, that's the name of the gold coins within the city. They actually have an emblem of a dragon on, so they refer to all coins within the city as like one dragon or 5 dragons. You guys being from out of town, they could tell that they've always called it just gold because it's the
Yeah.
same thing.
Yep. Okay. I'm gonna suggest to my group that we shouldn't leave this pretzel guy by himself, because of the chance he might try and escape. So we should probably take him or go gather him up. And I suggest we check out this room that this giant half-orc came out of. I also like to key mention that it's very possible the stone might still be in this house. We don't know.
I mean, those are all true things.
Yeah.
Okay.
So somebody that's stronger than me should probably go grab it.
So you guys have got all this information. What are you doing with it? You guys just gonna sit on the floor and do nothing, or?
Well,
I mean, if he needs a helping hand and he needs somebody with some strength, I mean, I can help carry anything, or
Yeah, I mean, he's just really laid out all this information to you, and now you guys have a few more pieces to the puzzle, and you're not sure, but the stone could still be here.
yeah. So Abraham or Crash, go ahead and grab that guy. Make sure he's on our watch.
okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and kind of peer into this room. Assuming the door is still like open, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still open. It's like not busted wide open. It's sort of like hanging
Correct.
off of its
Or
hinge,
yeah.
hanging off its hinges. It won't quite latch anymore. So you peer in and you see a
Wonder why.
very. I don't know what it is with you half orcs, right? You guys just tear everything up.
Yeah, except he has better luck with his doors.
Oh, burn!
Shut up.
Doesn't need a key.
Nah, he got right through that door. It was no problem.
Yeah, no, he really did.
I don't know why his damn token's still on the screen.
Some leaving his body on the ground.
So his wife is in here, right? Looks like it. She's still real stuff.
Okay, so this is a very large, very expensive, and well-furnished room. Clearly, this is a master bedroom from just the quick glance that you're getting in.
Uh-huh.
You see a woman of similar age to Orand. She's wearing a breastplate, like a metal breastplate, and carrying. She has a rapier attached, like on her side, on her belt.
Uh-huh.
She seems to sort of like be pacing the floor a little. She looks nervous, but she still looks like she doesn't feel like she has lost control, if that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
you see that there is a on her one side there is a ring of keys. The other noticeable things off of just a quick glance, you see a wooden trunk at the foot of the bed. And
Is that a cauldron?
no, it's like a doesn't really give a good description. It's like a stove.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. She's just kind of pacing back and forth, and you see her. She moves down to this end, and she's kind of pacing back and forth in front of this door.
She hasn't noticed me.
So,
No, she has not noticed you peering in, but you can tell she's kind of like trying to listen to see what's going on.
Uh
are you going through the door like this?
huh. I think it's best if maybe 2 of us just go, and then the other 2
I'm right.
clear out
I'm
this
right
room.
behind you. I'm kind of pissed right now, so I'm
Yeah.
right behind you.
I'm gonna just be like, let me do the talking. And then
I
you
got
can,
you.
and then you can be here for intimidation support.
So who's with?
There's
who-
no
who-
intimidation.
who-
As soon as we walk through the door, I'm going to take my warhammer to the fucking little heating stove to the left here, and just fucking just fly against the damn wall, and just cinders and all just blow against the wall. I'm like, answer our god dang questions now.
So who
And I
is
just want to
is,
fucking just blow up the fucking room.
is someone staying with
I'm
Oran
fucking
and Erstal?
I'm fucking bleeding. I'm fucking weak. I'm just fucking pissed, and I'm just blowing up the room.
Yeah, I think Gus is trying to stay back, so he'll
think-
stay in the room and just kind of outside of this
I
area.
don't
and
have
just kind of
rage,
watch 'em.
but I want to rage. I don't have the rage ability, but I'm raging because I'm pissed because I'm almost to the point of death. I've been beat down, and I had to fight another half orc, and I'm just fucking just blowing up things that I can, and I'll take my rage out on inanimate objects in the room until
No.
she fucking talks. I don't
Okay.
care who's in the room.
Okay, so while you have decided that's what you want to do, I need to know who's staying with Oren, if anyone is, and who's staying with Erstal. I basically just need to know. So I know Lictus and Gus are going in the room. Ulzen, what are you doing?
Urstal's down there in the room with the portal, right? And he's unconscious, right? Like basically paraplegic.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
he's unconscious. He's stable.
I think
He's
if you guys are okay with that, I think Abraham and Gus should stay back, and then me, Crash, and Olsen could probably go in here.
Yeah,
We have an
I,
extra ranger support.
I was gonna say I'll kind of hang in the room.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just kind of vibe.
Yeah.
I mean, I was say I think we want to just kind of cut off our.
So
exits, like-
Ulzen is
Yeah.
kind of make sure I understand this. He kind of wants to hang out back in this main room, so no
Yeah,
one
that's
comes
a
up
good
the
idea.
steps or no one tries to leave.
In case he tries to pull something sneaky.
Okay. And Gus, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of be keeping an eye out right over here where I am, and
Okay.
just kind of watching these two, watching back at Ulzen. He's kind of in the middle of both these guys because he's also not like 100% with it mentally right now. I don't think.
No, that's fair. All right, so Lictus, you open up the door, and you come through. Cratch, you come in like a raging hulk of a man with all of the strength that you pretty much have left in you because you are tired. You are beat up.
I'm tired. I'm beat down. I am just like I'm pissed because all the shit I've gone through, and I'm breaking shit just so for the intimidation factor, and because I just need something to beat down.
So you start just striking out at furniture. You're hitting the walls. You're shouting, "Just answer the questions!" And she immediately freaks out and runs into this door. And you hear the sound of a key locking the door.
Oh, damn it!
All right, looks like I'm going to have to put my lock picking text to the chest, or she can just lock the door again. Actually, it might
Lectus,
be.
I've got my key with me.
I was about to say, it might just be better off you bust the door down.
Ugh.
I'm just gonna take a few steps back here and just.
So on my way there, the chest, I want to hit it with my warhammer. Is just like a warm.
Make an attack roll.
And that would be a 16.
Yeah, so that's gonna hit. You smash the top of the wooden chest open. You hit it so hard that it actually knocks loose a secret panel on the bottom that you might not have noticed had you just opened it. In the main compartment, it looks like there are just some folded clothes and shoes. Nothing really stands out. I mean, they're nice. They're nicer than any clothes or shoes you've seen. But in the would-be secret compartment in the bottom, you see that there are two holy symbols of. Make a history. Yeah, religion check.
I think that's the only one I'm not good at.
Did you say religion?
Yep.
That's basically a. Let's try this dice, and we got a 13.
Okay.
That was
Yeah,
better
that's
than me.
Great.
that's gonna be enough. DC's low. You recognize the symbol as a holy symbol of Asmodeus, and you see two. You also see two robes, each red and gold in color.
Red and gold.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling we should take these robes. That may just be the thief in me, but
No, I look over at Lictus and I'm like, this is your shit. Fucking take it.
So what you
And
know what you know of
walk right-
Asmodeus is that he is a powerful fiend that is supposedly resides in Nessus, which is the bottommost layer of the 9 hells. That's about all you know with that religion check. You just know that he's a powerful fiend.
good to know. Well, let's bust this door down, shall we?
I grab the shit and just throw it at him, and I'm like, you're gonna fucking have it. And I come at the door with my key, aka my warhammer, and I want to take a fucking swing at the door.
As you go ahead and make an attack roll.
Let's try this D20. God, okay, that one's lost,
That dice doesn't exist anymore.
and that would be a nat 1. God damn, where's the one on the floor? No, I rolled. Yeah, nat 1.
The lady inside just hears like a bunch of thuds on the door.
It'd be a 10 with my strength check.
So you slam your warhammer into the door, and it makes a reverberating thud. But honestly, you're so tired, you don't think you could make another full-fledged swing at anything. When your warhammer makes contact with the very nice door, I might add, it doesn't even really buckle much, but it's loud. It makes a loud bang. From the other side of the door, you hear what sounds like the whimpering and the crying of children.
We don't want to hurt you or the children. I'm just, you know what? I'm stepping away. I hand it to Lictus and I walk away from the doorway. Once again, I let somebody else handle the negotiating.
All right. I'm gonna try after that. I'm going to stealthily try to pick the lock.
Okay. Make a dexterity check.
Dex is crazy high. Or we could just roll 20.
So
Just roll 19.
you insert your tools in, and after a couple of seconds, you see that this is not a very complicated lock. You pop it quite easily, and you're able to open the door.
I'm going to slowly and calmly open the door.
As you open the door, and I'm sorry I don't have better tokens for this. This is the ones that they gave me.
Oh no.
They're those awesome ones that were just the names.
Oh.
Yeah, they're really great.
Your
see...
children are just letters.
And this episode is brought to you by the letters Z and G. You see the lady. She's huddled down on the ground. she's got both of her arms wrapped around two small boys. The one boy is, if you had to take a guess, he's around maybe 12 or 13 years old, and the smaller of the pair, he might be 9 or 10. They both look absolutely frightened. They have the same dark hair as their parents. You can tell by the same the same green eye color that they're definitely related to both Oren, since you've seen both of the parents, and this lady, without a doubt.
Okay. Let's see. I suggest you come out here, unless you want your children to know your secrets. I've already spoken to your husband. They don't have to be involved with this at all.
Just don't hurt my children.
I promise.
Make a persuasion check.
$16.
Okay. Hesitantly, she eases away from the children, leans down to him. Just stay in here, and this will all be over soon, and we'll have cake. I know that you love cake. We'll have cake, and everything will be fine. She turns and she walks through the door with you and closes the door behind you. Now I have your word that you won't hurt them.
You have my word? We just have a few questions.
Okay.
So, we talked to your husband.
That
and-
sniveling coward. My hero.
Well, we understand that you've gotten involved in some rather bad people.
She doesn't really say anything. Her look, while concerned, she still doesn't look like she's completely not in control of the situation.
Uh-huh. So, tell me about this stone. Do you have it?
It's not here.
Where?
It's not here.
Does your servant have it?
Maybe.
Where?
I'm not sure. I guess it depends on what time it is.
I'll look at my imaginary watch. But like it's in the middle of the night. What does your servant have to do in the middle of the night?
Whatever I tell him to do. He wouldn't
Was
be
the
a very
last-
good servant if he didn't do what I told him to do.
Well, what was the last thing you told him to do?
Well, I told him to leave.
That's it? No further instructions?
No, I just told him to leave, that it wasn't safe here for him.
Can I make an insight check?
Sure.
Oof.
You have a feeling that she is probably not telling the truth, but she does seem very confident in what she's saying, so you're not really sure. You have your doubts.
I might come back to that one later. So why are all these people in your house?
I'm sure I don't know exactly.
I highly believe that. I highly don't believe that.
Well, you'd have to talk to Urstel about that. It looks like he made a deal outside of the original deal. Or, maybe he just didn't really appreciate getting half of his face blown off. I don't know. Again, you'd have to talk to him about that.
So while he's talking to her, I'm just right outside the room, or I'm right next to him when he's doing this, right?
You should be right next to me, yeah.
I'm irritated. I'm hurt. I grab her by the fucking throat. And
I do nothing.
And I'm like, now's the time to fucking say what you really need to say.
No, that's an intimidation check I have never seen.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give you an intimidation. Go ahead and make an intimidation check on that.
Damn it!
Oh,
Fuck! 5.
She does not seem impressed, and you're too weak to really get a great grip on her throat. Please, I've had my husband choke me harder than that.
I did not need to know that.
He's afraid.
You know what? I'm gonna holler for Abraham. Abe!
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna stumble towards the door. I'm like, it's time for the tag in.
Okay.
This woman says you need to choke her a little harder.
All right.
Are you sure? He might choke her to death.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, I'll come in here and I guess grapple her.
No.
No, here,
I'm-
let me pull Abe to the side real quick.
no,
Or
I'm
not
gonna
to
walk
side.
out, so I want
I'm
Abe
gonna-
to pass me and I want to just like slap his hand as he walks through the door, like I'm tagging him in, and I walk out the doorway where he was at,
I'm gonna
and
be
let him
like,
take my place.
I'm gonna be like, okay, now look. I know you're not telling me everything. I promised I won't hurt your children, but I never said anything about this guy right here.
She looks over at like a little clock on her desk. It's near a door that looks like it leads out onto a balcony. Well, and like I said, I told my servant to leave. So I don't know what else it is that you want to know from me.
I'll look at Lictus. Is it time?
It's time.
Okay. I will begin to grapple her.
Make a contested strength check.
I'm gonna laugh so hard if you. Okay. If you got like a 1 and a 2, I would laugh so hard.
So you grab her.
I'll squeeze tighter.
Oh, God.
Not enough to like kill her, like snap her neck or anything. Just to kind of start applying that pressure. That I have full grasp over her life right now.
She looks like she has the look of she believes you in that. She seems convinced.
Well, look, just ask her what you want.
I'm gonna ask you again. Where is your servant? I feel you know more than you're telling us.
I mean, I know a lot more, but I was
Exactly.
buying time. And with that, she kind of gives you a smile. The stone's not here. My servant took it because I told him to take it, and he took it to a location that even I don't know.
What's your servant's name?
The Nimblewhite?
Yes.
Uh,
That's
we-
his name. You didn't even name him.
No, that's what he is. He's a Nimblewhite. I thought you were smart. You claim to be the smart one of the group.
I'll squeeze harder.
Careful, lad. Killing a noble, punishable by death.
A noble against the law. I don't know if you're considered a noble anymore.
You broke into my house. All these bodies could be pinned on you.
Well,
Who are they going to believe? Street urchins or the word of a noble?
Your word? Who's going to tell on us? It's going to be hard to talk when you're
there are
speaking
others.
from the other side. I will toss her, trying to aim her head towards the brick fireplace, trying to smash it up against it. And
We
I'll
said
go
you.
and I'll go straight towards the kids.
Make a range attack,
Okay.
but you use your strength as your modifier.
Is it like an unarmed strike?
No, it's like it's a ranged attack.
Okay.
You're trying to throw the lady, so
13, I guess.
so you throw her. She doesn't quite go the distance you want her to go, because she is resisting along the way. And she said, "Look, I already told you everything that you need to know. At this point, you're threatening to hurt innocent children who had nothing to do with this. Big, brave man you are."
Well, I don't want to leave any survivors to telling us, oh no, the nobles. And I'll start walking towards the door.
You think that I don't have contingency plans for things like this, that I haven't told other people if anything happens to me, reveal this to the police? You think that we haven't been watching you for weeks?
Well, should have stopped us while you had the chance, I guess.
Well, just remember, anything happens to me, something bad could happen to Andy.
Ooh.
See, it doesn't feel good when someone threatens your children, does it?
Andy's long gone, so
Is he though?
kind of like almost about to break the handle off the door. Just trying to hold back, trying to stay focused here. I'll start to open the door slightly.
There are worse things than death. Don't forget that.
I'd like to rage.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and go in the room and murder the children. That's fine.
I'm
You
not
don't-
gonna- I'm not gonna. Oh, I'm not murdering the children. I will rage and I will begin to walk towards the woman and start basically taking unarmed strikes to the point of till she gets unconscious.
Yeah, go ahead and make an unarmed strike.
So, when he goes to do this, do I hear? Can I hear through the open door?
I mean, yeah, you can hear him. He's not like whispering. He never talks quiet.
All right, so I want to run in, and I want to grab him by the forearm when he goes to do that first arm strike against this woman.
Okay.
I have a 30-foot movement.
Yeah, you can do that.
So I'm gonna basically run up beside him, grab his forearm on the first strike, and before he strikes him, like, "Abe, this is not who we are."
Well, she believes that my boy here is not dead. Well, let's see if she can meet him.
And then I'm like, "Abe, this is who we are." And I want to go towards the fucking door and kick the door in.
Yeah, I mean, it's not locked. I'm not sure how that's somewhat better, but okay.
But I don't want him hitting her. But I want to make her think like, no, don't fucking hit her. Let's fucking beat the kids. And I just kick the fucking door in.
I don't know exactly what it is that you want from me. I've told you everything that I know.
Where did your fucking servant go?
And I told you I don't know.
And how did you know about Andy?
What do you mean, how did I know about Andy? Who do you think my lord is?
I just asked you a question. I don't know who your lord is.
Who is your lord?
Asmodeus.
And that is...
Make a religion check.
All of us, or
my
just him?
religion's terrible. Yeah.
Anyone who wants to maybe know what that word means, other than
Fuck it.
Oh, thank
we'll
God.
Go with it.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
Lictus, you already know.
Yeah, I
and
know.
and Cratch found the item, so Cratch, you know.
Yeah.
We already know.
So we basically just tell Abe, be like,
So you worship a demon.
Demon's such a weird word.
so So if I open this door and sacrifice your kids to these demons, I'm kicking the fucking door in. Fuck it.
I mean, you already kicked the door in.
Okay, good. I'm grabbing the kids by the scruff of the neck and dragging them out.
You know nothing about Andy. And
Is this
If you-
window shattered? Real quick?
No, it's that goes out onto a balcony.
if you
Can I go
utter
onto the balcony
word,
while they're talking about this?
Sure.
if you
How
utter
far of
his
a
name
drop is it?
again, I promise you, your kids, you'll be planning their funerals.
Can I use my? I know it's probably long gone. Can I try and use my nimble rate detector? I forgot I had it. Probably would have used it a lot sooner.
What's the range on it?
I think it's 500 feet. Let me double check if I still have it. I don't think I marked it in my inventory. Of course I didn't.
It exists. You can add it on D&D Beyond.
Okay.
Well, you guys seem to be wasting time with little old me and making threats against children. You very, very tough men, you, while my servant is getting away.
Oh, we'll find your servant. I'm not worried about that.
Good luck.
I can't find it. Nimble rate detector. It's just called nimble rate detector, or does it have a specific name?
It should just be called Nimble Rate Detector.
Weird. I'll look at it later. Does it anything happening with it?
No.
Okay, so he's definitely long gone.
Well, he's at least, I think it's 500 feet.
500 feet, yeah.
All right.
It is...
So why did Erstal want to come in here and get at you all? Maybe I missed something. Or
I mean...
I'm holding the two kids. Did I miss something? I mean...
wouldn't you be upset if someone blew off half of your face?
As somebody that has like a hair lip, I'm fucking ready. I'm like spittle at the mouth. I'm like, I know what it's like to be fucking disfigured.
Is your husband in on this? Does he know everything?
He knows as much as I know.
Good. I'll take him with us.
We should
And we
burn
can-
this house down.
So, Lictus, while you're out on the balcony,
Yeah.
you see, because you guys have been in here for like a pretty good long while.
Yeah.
You see, because you can see the street from here over top of the trees and stuff. It looks like a couple of the guards wearing the Growlhund Villa insignia have come running back with at least 50 City Watch. And they are beginning to run and march towards the house.
Okay. I'm gonna rush inside and say we gotta go. Now.
I won't forget you, my darling.
I hope you don't.
And I will start making my way out, gathering the rest of the group.
We're taking Erstal with us,
That's fine.
Okay.
if we can.
One of you strong.
I say we take the husband.
His little rat self.
So we could try taking the husband if you want. But we don't really have that much time, so we have to be fast.
Me and Crotch found a secret entrance out by the horse stables. We can sneak out through there.
I'm gonna
Yes.
run back to this room. Just a long shot. I'm gonna step on this thing and try that name that was written a bunch. I don't think it's gonna work, but what is it, Manshun?
Nothing happens.
Okay.
Hey,
Let's get the heck out of here. Just in case that
Oh, we
was a
can't-
clutch.
so we couldn't go through the portal. You weren't able to go through that.
No, you need a specific word, and we don't know what the word is. We'd have to get it out of Ursel. But we don't have the time, because...
All right, let's go to the stable, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll grab Erstal. Well, can you grab Mabe? I'm kind of. I throw the kids back down, and I'm like, to live another day.
Alright. Do you guys want to attempt to bring the husband?
I say we bring him.
And Urstal? Well, I mean...
No,
oh,
I'll grab Ursel. Abe, you grab Twat Nugget,
Orlin.
whatever the hell his name is.
All right.
I know she don't give two shits about him, but at least it's some kind of
All right.
Olsen, you can grab the second half of this half orc. He's a quarter orc now.
You guys begin to hear marching in the front yard.
We
Let's
need to-
go.
Yeah, I'm
Run
gonna start
away.
leading the crew out the way we came in, like through the kitchen, through the back door to the stables. Is gonna be the route I want to take.
You're trying to grab Oren from underneath the bed, but he's kicking you and fighting you.
Don't worry about it. Let's go.
At least as long as we get Ursel, let's take it.
Yeah, you guys are able
We
to
got
pick up
Ursul's the only
Ursel.
one we need.
Yeah, you guys
Ursul's
are
the
able to
only
pick
one
up
we
Ursel.
really need.
And
An
we
extra
got this-
hostage
we
would
got-
be nice, but no.
But
Okay.
we have the scroll on how to
Use
make
teleportation
the
room.
teleportation. Yes,
The marching is
Gus
getting
has
closer.
that.
We
Let's go. Run.
You guys all are running, right?
Yes.
Yes.
You go down the steps into the lower chamber, back into the dining hall area, parading over top of all the dead bodies in this particular area. I mean, it's a massacre in here. There are dead bodies all through this house. Which door do you want to escape out of? There's the one that leads out into the front yard, or do you want to try to go back through the kitchen out by the stables?
Do we hear marching coming?
You hear
from
you
this
hear
side of the
marching.
building?
No, you hear marching coming in from the front, like where you
I
guys
say the-
originally came in.
I say we try and go out this door, and try and make a run for the sewers and go off the grid.
Oh, is that a door there?
Yeah, it's a door as well.
Because I mean, think about it. If they're the world
No.
or the guard, they definitely
I
have
think-
horses.
I think we need to go this way, but we'll let Gus pick. Gus, you pick. You're
We have-
leading.
You're the leader of the
He's-
Gus's League. What do you say? Sewers or horse?
Guards are beginning to
Well-
beat on the front door.
I wasn't
Front door.
suggesting
Let's go
that,
through, and we see the horses too.
I wasn't
Take the
suggesting we
last-
take the horses. We just go out through the horseway, which is the back way.
I say we take the big with us.
Do we
Yeah,
have the
it's really
time?
gonna stand out in a crowd, though.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah,
Let's
so
just go out
I'm
there.
gonna lead us through the exact same way we came in into the horse stables, not taking any of the horses. But I'm gonna kind of bring the big one close to the doors, so hopefully the doors open.
All right, so you guys begin in a single file way to make your way back to the barn. I need everyone to make a stealth check. We're gonna do an average on this.
26.
Not.
That'll bring our average up.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
and I bring it down.
I already
Okay.
brought it down.
My D20's being extra stealthy right now.
Oh shit!
Oh no!
Clank, clank, clank.
what
Are we
was-
singing as we go? Hi ho.
What was
To
Olsen's?
the stage we fucking go.
I got a 21.
Okay.
Okay, 21 divided by 5.
Well, I've got
Oh, God.
I've got more passes than fails. Barely
yeah.
more passes than fails. So you're able to sneak out through the kitchen entrance that you came in, back out onto the little main pathway. You see guards all in the front areas, but you get a little bit of coverage from the trees that you remember Ulzen hid in, and you go back into the barn, which still isn't locked. The horses are a little bit upset at all the commotion going on, but they're not making a lot of noise because they remember Gus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gus.
they do. Yeah, so I'm gonna lead the big boy over to the doors, hoping that those magical hooves are gonna open that magical lock that the stable boy was telling us about.
The door's locked.
Is it the same magical lock as the gate?
I never said the lock was magical. I just said
Not
that it
to
was
me.
locked.
Oh, well, can I tell if it looks pickable?
You can try it. Use your make a dexterity check on it. That's a fail.
This door's locked?
Oh, it's definitely locked, but this lock seems a little bit more complicated.
Okay.
Uh,
I might need a ray of frost and bust it down with a warhammer or something.
From within the
No,
house,
you just-
you hear a bunch of commotion. You hear guards are now flooding in through the living room area.
You want me to try
You
again?
need my key, and I come up there and smash it with my warhammer.
Make an attack roll. Disadvantage.
All right, that is a 15 and a 28.
All right. So
Oh, dang.
the 15 is gonna do enough to actually pummel it. You break the board with the strike, and it jostles the chain and the padlock. It's still locked though.
Still locked.
Yeah, but you've made some damage on it.
Do it again.
Gus,
Stand
you
back.
said if we brought this horse over, maybe
We
his
already tried
saddle or
that.
something.
We
Oh,
already tried
did
that.
you?
Yeah, I tried it. It didn't work.
Gus, go grab the fucking boy.
Abraham, try to knock this door down while Gus
All
grabs the
right,
boy.
all right. I'll do it.
Yeah, I'll go and get the stable boy if he's still there.
That's fine. I'm gonna try to kick open this fucking door. Well, I'm gonna try to chop it down with my axe.
Yeah,
Alright.
try to chop it down.
Make an attack roll.
Oh.
Oh my
I
god.
mean, it doesn't have high AC. So you strike the door, and you're able to take a big chunk out of part of the lock. The lock is now busted, so you're able to open the door.
Guys, come back.
Okay, never mind.
Fuck the crinkle fuck.
All right,
guys.
so this double set of doors leads out into the street. There's you look and you can kind of see that there's people gathering near where all the commotion is coming from. They don't seem to have noticed immediately that you've cracked open this barn door.
And we attempt to stealthily move.
I
No,
need, I
I'd
need if you're
I
trying
say
to
we
sneak
run
out
out
of
and
here, you
say
need to stealth
fire.
out of here.
I say we run out and be like, fire, fire, just like the stable's on fire, and just like run out like
So you want to drag attention to us? No, I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah,
no.
I think if
We're in a
attention
big
is-
city.
Yeah, but we stand out.
Yeah, but we stand out, and two, it's still nighttime, so all these people
I-
will definitely see
I
us.
would.
And see, not
I
a
say we let
fire.
the horses
And
out, let the horses run free, and then we run out behind them.
We could use
I
the
don't think
horses
we
as
have
a
that kind of
distraction.
time. I don't think we have that kind of time.
We
can let the
really
horses out,
don't.
but
We
I don't
just
think we
need
can
to-
get fire.
No, especially because those guards are so close, they could just easily come over here.
Yeah, I think we haven't been seen. We try to be stealthy and get to the nearest sewer.
I think general consensus is stealth. What do you think, Olsen?
Dude, I
Yes.
have Urstel
Oh,
dead
that's-
over my shoulders.
He's not
Yeah,
going to
but
make a sound.
You're doing great. Yeah, he's unconscious.
What do you think
Alright,
he's going
let's
to do?
go.
Scream?
All right, let's go.
22.
Y'all the
need-
brains.
I need everyone else to make a stealth check individually. Gus, you sneak off into the crowd of people that are starting to kind of huddle around, and you're able to blend in. You don't seem to draw any suspicion to yourself. Lictus, you're able to wander off not far behind Gus, and you sneak into the crowd as well, not really drawing any attention to yourself. Abraham, it's a little big an oaf. You bump into somebody when you're going along, but you're just like, you kind of just look more like you're interested in what's going on in the house, and you're really hoping that people don't see all the blood all over you.
Come here, Jared.
But you're able to kind of blend behind the crowds, and you wander off from the rest of the crowd. I need a stealth check from Crash.
Let Olsen go, and then I'm gonna let Jared roll for me.
All right, go ahead, Olsen.
Can I stay like in an alley close by so I can still have eyes on them? Because
You're actually just in the crowd right now. You can still
Okay.
see everything that's going on.
I wanna keep an eye on them because if I need to, I can go in and cast invisibility.
Abraham bolted because he was covered head to toe in blood.
Yeah, that's fair, and he's also giant. It's a bit harder for him
I'll
to
let
blend in the
I'll let
crowd.
Olsen go. I'll go last with Urstel after Olsen goes.
A little lost.
They'll check.
Olsen.
That is a 16.
All right, 16. You don't have much difficulty with your height and stature and just your natural ability to hide from things. You blend right into the crowd, weaving in between and out of their legs. No one even notices you. You're fine.
All right,
Come on,
here we
Cratch.
go. Go, Jared. Ah, yes, 21.
Ah, good.
Thank I had Jared roll for me.
Even huffing this big man on top of your shoulders, you just wander right into the crowd like nothing's going on. You even kind of point to go, hey, what's going on over there? And he doesn't seem to know that you have this big man on your shoulders. It's almost like he thinks you have like a burlap sack filled with groceries or something. He's just like, I don't know. There's a bunch of the guard coming in. Don't know. And with that, you guys have escaped the Growlhorn Villa.
All right. We need to make ourselves unknown. We need to get off the grid ASAP.
Did we even get anything from this? I mean,
Yeah.
bes-
We got a lot of information. And 2 robes.
Oh,
you
snap.
say ropes or
Guys,
robes?
we have
Robes.
to go back to the bar. I left the lights on.
Bruh.
Ugh.
You left the oven on? Hmm.
So I assume that you were heading back to the bar, or what are you doing with Erstal?
I say we
No,
head back to the
we-
bar and interrogate him.
I don't think that's the first place they're gonna look.
That is
They
the
know
first
we-
place.
I don't give.
If they, know where we
They don't
are.
know to suspect us. We slipped away.
We talked
No,
about
but
the
the lady-
nobles.
The
Oh
lady
yeah, the
is
lady.
gonna give
that's
us
right.
a billion.
No, we just
So-
need to keep going, lay low. Everybody has their gold pieces. I mean,
Yeah.
like we can find somewhere to shack up and like kind of stay.
We go to the yawning portal.
Yawning portal.
Yeah,
They know
let's
we'd
go
be.
there.
We know we'd. They probably know we'd go there too.
We
But at
just
least
need
if we go to the yawning portal, we have some support.
We need to get out of the city.
Probably.
If anything, we just dump Erstal's body down the yawning portal.
Portal. Yeah, we're done with you. Oh
Yeah,
wait.
fuck you.
Aren't the good half of the Zentura? Or I think that is there. Don't they have like a room in the yawning portal?
They usually have somebody there. See, the thing is that you're not exactly sure exactly who she meant by they know a lot about you. It could be
I
her.
would just say we
it
go
could,
back
it could,
to
it
our
could
place.
just it could just be the city nobles. You're not sure. You already know that most people know who you are anyway because you guys have kind of made a big deal everywhere you've gone. It's not a secret who you guys are.
Yeah,
I say
but
we go back to our place.
something about the her knowing about Abraham's son puts it off though.
I mean, you can get information from anyone. Yeah, and you don't know what else she knows. She could have found out stuff about you. She could have found
That's
that
true.
information out from Asmodeus.
It's true.
I think
I'd say we go
just
back.
go back to our place and fortify.
Yeah.
That's true. We could
At
do
least
that.
that's familiar ground. I think that's a good plan, honestly. I mean, you can go anywhere you want, but it's not like you're going to go someplace and just blend in. You're known. People know you.
We go back to our place.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you have drawn a lot of attention between the fireball in the alley and rescuing of the noble's son. I mean, people have been coming to your door and trying to recruit you. Like, people know who you are. You're not really going to be hidden anywhere in this city.
Yeah.
Unless you want to live in the sewers. That sounds gross.
We can be turtles, guys.
All right. So you decide. I'm assuming that the best course of action is to go back to your bar, familiar ground, gather your resources. You now have Erstal in your possession and a lot more information, probably more questions,
A lot more questions.
but you have more information than you had. You know that the stone was in the villa. You know that Erstal stole the stone after the fireball blast, and that the Growlhuns sent the Nimblewright to intercept the stone for some reason, although you're not entirely sure why. Mentions of both the Zentarum and the Xanathar were made, and Erstal seems to feel like he was double-crossed, is the impression that you got. You have a lot of information to reflect on, and you're not entirely sure where to go from here.
I have a couple ideas, potentially.
I think the first act of business is take
Dealing.
a long rest with
Yeah.
25 hit points left.
The first thing we're going to do is it's Miller time.
Yeah.
Let's put Erstal in a room. Is there any? Can we?
You guys,
can
I
we-
mean, it's a big area. You guys have plenty
Yeah.
of rooms.
Can we? Well, can we see the map once you get the chance of the room?
Yeah, I'll put it up for you.
I just want to put him in a
go
room that doesn't
to-
have windows,
Just put him in the
so
basement.
we can cast alarm. That's true. Oh yeah, let's put him in the basement, and then I want to cast alarm. I want to set up an alarm ritual over the hatch that leads to the basement. So if he tries to escape, we'll know.
Okay, so yeah, you guys could put him either in the tower or you guys could put him in the basement. The
Let's put
basement has no windows and only one door in.
Yeah, well, let's do the basement, and then I'll put alarm over the hatch here.
Okay. So
For anybody that's not us.
in the last couple of minutes that we are going to be here, I am going to let you guys kind of talk about what you know and share some ideas because I kind of want you guys to start thinking about this now. So you guys can talk about this bit of information, your theories and stuff with each other. I'm gonna give you guys basically like the last 5 minutes of airtime.
So something bothers me about that woman. Just the fact that she knew about Andy. I mean, obviously I know there's informants, and I mean I like to think I'm pretty well known. So the fact that she might be able to affect Andy beyond the grave, uh, very unsettling with me. I'm not really saying much.
What happens when you mess with demons? This lady is weird. I don't
So
like her.
what happened in there? I wasn't in the room.
Well, basically we found out that at least this lady, potentially that part of the Zentarum, um, follows a powerful being. What's his name again?
Asmodeus.
I forgot to write that down. That was the only thing I write down.
Can I history check Asmodeus?
Yes, you can.
I'm gonna butcher that name
It's
every
not
time.
not a history check. I want you to make a religion
It's a
check.
religion
Oh,
check.
religion check. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So while they're all doing this,
yeah.
I'm like overwatering.
You know
Guess's plans.
the basic stuff. Like I said, Asmodeus is it's not an uncommon name. You know about what they do. That he supposedly is in the bottom layer of the 9 hells, and that he's powerful, very powerful.
Yeah, from what I know about that guy, he's real bad news. That's not
Yeah.
good.
No, it's not.
And she said that she knew Abraham's son.
Yeah, at least knew of him.
Yeah.
Why would she know of him? He
Well,
wouldn't be there.
when you're dealing with beings this powerful, they know a lot of things.
Oh jeez. Well, I wish Nicodemus was here. He'd know what to do. He's one of those kinds of people as well.
Probably would.
So, and she said she didn't know where her little robotic friend was going.
No. She
Could
told it to go in a random direction, somewhere
So
nobody would find it.
any way we could use those paper airplanes to figure out where he went?
No, they said they never gave it a name.
Oh, crud. What about, does anyone have like a locate object spell or anything? That might be a little past my magical capabilities.
Unfortunately, it's past mine too.
Well, kapooey.
Yep.
So, while we're all sitting here, I'm real sorry about my magical outbursts there. I really can't control it sometimes. This magic, oh, it's done some good things, I guess. It's done so many bad things. Hurt my friends, even though they were bad guys, it's taken lives before, taken me away from my home. Boy, I really just want to understand it better so I don't have to hurt people anymore. So I'm really, really sorry that I burned everyone up.
While he's
okay.
giving this speech, I'm walking around just watering his plants for him. I'm really weak. I'm just watering the plants to keep myself occupied
Well,
while they're deciding what we're going to do.
don't let that get you down. Let it use that as inspiration to try and control it. That drive to get better.
I wish I knew where to start. I know you do the magic too, but we're kind of different in our magic uses.
Yeah.
Wish I just had like a mentor to tell me how to focus or where to focus.
Well, maybe we're running into somebody. Who knows? We've run into a lot of people in this adventure. There's a lot of people in the city.
That's true. We are part of that magical guild or whatever But
That
they
is
call on
true.
us for emergencies, so maybe.
You could ask someone up there.
Yeah, I would love nothing more. So what's our next plan of action then? We've really got no leads. Don't
I
know what
feel
to
our
do.
next plan of action is getting this word of teleportation rune word out of this guy.
I'm going to kind of grab this Ursel player and I'm getting irritated, and I just grab him and just start slapping around, just try to wake him up.
It doesn't seem to have much effect.
It's not.
I mean, other than leaving welts on his face.
I was like, it's you're beating a dead horse over there.
Just fucking wake up and answer my questions, please.
I'd be like,
Please,
Kretch,
just
I think it's time for a nap.
Maybe we go to
And
bed.
I toss Ursel to the ground. I'm like, I can't
I'm gonna-
fucking take this no more.
I'm gonna go over to one of those
Abe, thank you. And I just crawl myself up to my room. I'm like, I say Abe's name. I'm like, Abe, please, thank. And I just crawl up the stairs to my room and just, it's like beaten down. Stroll up the stairs, like, damn it. Damn it. Could have been stronger. And then I make my way to my room.
We have a lot of questions. Our next steps is getting some answers.
Yeah, I hope so. I know for me, I gotta hit the hay. I'm pretty well beat up, and in the morning
Yeah.
I'd like to go to that George's shop or whatever and get that blood amulet that he had. I have enough gold for it,
Yes. Uh-huh.
so I'd like to put that on the agenda list for tomorrow.
All right. Maybe you
maybe-
could. We might be able to split up. Some of us could stay here and
Well, it shouldn't-
investigate this guy. Well, I know, but
Shouldn't take long, and that, obviously we should probably get some more plants and spruce the place up some more.
yeah. Well, I do know a guy who might be able to help us find this nimble rate.
Oh yeah, who's that?
What's his name?
I have no idea who you're talking about.
It's the guy from the Tiger's Eye.
Oh,
Vincent.
yeah, the guy, the private eye, the investigator.
Yeah, we might be able to get some help from him.
Oh, that'd be good.
And hey,
Well,
maybe he
Look at you using the resources that I gave you a long
I
time
know.
ago.
might even be able
the
to.
DM forgot.
He might even be able to. dig
No,
up
no,
some dirt
I
on
forgot. I
this,
was like, what guy is he talking about? Does he know a guy that does the nimble right? I remembered that guy. I didn't know that that's the guy he was thinking of.
Yeah, I was like, he might be able to help us dig up some dirt in these ground huns too.
So,
Maybe get them arrested.
the only answer that you have is that you probably need to find the nimble right.
Yeah.
You know that the stone was there and is no more, and what it does. And you know that at least some noble families were involved. The Zentarum are involved, and a strange word named Manchun. You're not sure what that is. Place, location, person, an item. You have no idea.
Okay.
So with all of these new bits of information, if you have nothing further, we're going to get your long rest.
Can I try
Yeah.
identifying these robes?
I didn't know
do
you
have
took, I didn't know you took the robes.
Yes, I did. I
They're
did take
just
the
they're
robes.
normal robes.
Oh.
They're just really fancy.
Well, you know what? Maybe I could sell them.
Cool. Yeah, I mean they were laced with like gold and stuff, so yeah, that might be valuable. So with that,
Stole this lady's robes.
if
Gosh.
if there is nothing else that you want to do for tonight or say to each other, we're gonna get you your long rest.
Yay.
And make sure to be level 11 for next session.
Level 11. Level 11.
Because you guys leveled up after the adventures through the Growlhund Villa.
I'll tell you what.
And
I
with that, that's going to end tonight's session.
Yay.
So thanks everyone who tuned in. I hope that you were entertained as our group of adventurers, the Gustus League, made their way to more answers, dead bodies, and almost murdered some nobles and some other people.
Children.
No, we didn't.
They weren't
almost
really
just
going to do
play
it, guys. They weren't really going to do it.
Maybe Abe was.
No, I
Not
don't
as
think
far
so.
as you know.
No, I don't think he would have.
I think he would have.
Abe's a monster. He's not that kind of monster.
I think he would have seen them
Hmm.
and probably got flashbacks of his son.
Yeah.
The world may never know.
So, So again, we'll be back again next week with episode session 11. Or I'm sorry, it'll be 12. We're gonna be wrapping.
12.
We're gonna be wrapping up this campaign here with the last session of this campaign will be the first Wednesday in August, and we will come to an exciting conclusion. So we are almost there, and then we will be starting out in the studio, in the official studio the following week, with a brand new campaign with a much longer goal in mind.
Christmas coming.
A new world, a new adventure, a little bit more homebrew. And yeah, I think it's going to be good. I can't wait for you guys to meet all of the characters, but we're going to get through this one first, one step at a time. So, thanks for watching. Drop a follow, like, tell everybody that, hey, you liked watching it. And, if you're watching the replay of this, make sure you hit the subscribe button or the follow button, depending on where you're at. And yeah, check us out on our socials. We're at Initiative Syndicate at pretty much everything, and you can find us, including TikTok, which everyone seems to like us there right now. And we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter. Come and talk to us. We love it. Ask us questions. Tell us your stories. Tell us what's going on in your games. We love to hear from all of you. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next week, 7:30 Eastern on Twitch.